much time we got? We got 10 minutes on that.
I'll say it. Josh Allen, MVP.
Probably, man.
Very strong.
I mean, we can make it, like we can do like a back and forth, because I really think Saquon should, man.
I mean, I
really don't give it to fucking running backs, but at the same, I think it'll be good content.
I always root for running back.
I do too, man.
So
I do too, man. Like, it's a quarterback award, and I hate it.
So annoying.
Take Saquon off Philly. Like, Philly has like fucking 5 wins, probably.
I lost in our league by 6 points.
If I fucking started Dallas Goedert, I would have won it.
I'm right there in that boat with Mark Andrews.
I was like, hey, Taysom Hill might have a decent game against the Rams. No, he putting his carted off the field in the fourth quarter. That was cool.
Yeah.
Watch our whole fucking team die this year. It was awesome.
Looking at it, I think I'm probably going to have the second highest points scored this week in all likelihood. So I was like, well, that's cool. Haven't had one of these in a while.
That's true.
Did we get that hit on Trevor Lawrence in here? Maybe? No?
Not in there just because that one's fucking... That's brutal as fuck. I don't know how the internet's going to...
Honestly, I don't think it was that bad. He just chucked him. Like,
He was trying to punch the ball out while he slid, so he elbowed him in the helmet.
Yeah.
It was horrible timing, really.
Yeah, it was just really...
Fucking dude, it was stiff as a board.
Yeah.
That was fucking...
One of those unfortunate.
It was still a dirty hit. I mean,
I don't know if it was dirty. It was unfortunate, but... I mean, I don't think it was, like, any of that intent to, like, do that. I think he's just trying to make a football play, and with this new overreaction era because of because of the clips, and you get to see it a million different times. It's like, oh, it's... And then obviously what happened to him after the game, like, dirty is, like... He, launching, trying to headhunt, like, nothing. It wasn't anything like that. He's trying to make a football play. He dove. Lawrence dove. It was, like, literally bang, bang. Like, it's unfortunate, but I don't think it was dirty.
It was like that close.
It really was.
He's trying to punch the ball out, too, so he's already swinging more of his momentum.
I guess people were fine, like, bringing up some older how do you say that?
He's Al-Shaair. Azeez Al-Shaair.
Azeez Al-Shaair, yeah.
He's a decent player. Decent player.
Yeah. Although apparently he's got a history of having some dirty hits.
Well, he has a history of hitting players who don't like to be hit, so they think it's dirty. Because he smoked a player across the middle of the field, like in that Bears game. And DJ Moore was screaming from the, he smoked him, bro. Like, shoulder right to chest, incomplete pass, 15-yard pass, and he's like, dude, like, I'm making a play on the ball, like, he's not headhunting anybody. He's making clean plays, like, he's punching at the ball, like, he's allowed to do that. This new era of, like, sliding and we get to protect you, he's lucky he plays in this era, because that's not a flag 10 years ago. You're just fucking KO'd, buddy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You signed up for this.
The shitty thing is that it's really not even on the fucking players.
It's not.
It's just on, like, people outside of football.
Right.
Like, this is too dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, The
It's the
players
softest
wanna
shit in the
beat
world.
shit
It
out of
really
each other.
is.
All the
He's
players
dirty.
fight.
Like, oh, actually, he's a really good fucking football player. Trying to play football, you're just sensitive.
The players want to play the damn game.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like-
okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I just don't know why nobody will ever do that to Mahomes. And it's like, is he gonna probably slide? Like,
Packers did. Remember last year when the Packers played the Chiefs? We don't play that shit. He's just like he's playing teams that are fucking soft as shit and aren't good. Mahomes does that to the fucking Philadelphia Eagles trying to tiptoe along the sideline. I got fucking news for you, buddy. I got news for you, buddy. Cooper DeJean
bro,
is
he
going to fucking smoke you, dude.
planted Derrick Henry like a fucking tree.
I mean, dude, fucking Keyshawn Nixon jackknife fucking Pat Mahomes. He tried to do that tippy toe bullshit, and then all the Chiefs fans wanted a flag, and he just smoked him along the sideline. He goes flying ass over tea kettle. That's a dirty play, and I'm like, it's literally inbounds. Like, what are we talking about?
Who's that
There's
guy?
teams that do that, but
Who's
there's
that guy
teams
in
that
the
just don't.
Broncos? They deemed him too unsafe for football. Kyrie Jackson.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Jackson, yeah.
Yeah.
That dude got fined and fucking
Check.
Suspended without
We are
pay
live,
for
boys.
months on end.
I'm buzzing.
Bro, I was.
3 minutes. We're gonna go
That's
live.
why they don't touch fucking Mahomes. You're gonna get.
I don't think Kareem's really dirty. But I did like to call him the harbinger of CTE.
fucking the harbinger.
It is worth it. I fucking love football, dude. I fucking love football, dude.
Sorry.
It is the best sport in the world.
That's why.
By far.
We should have won on Sunday. I was fucking pissed.
Because it's garbage. It's like a high school gym. The Green Bay Packers, baby.
That thread for the Bengals got a lot thinner there, HG.
Yeah.
It is looking rough
That's right.
for them.
That's right.
We get to talk about the Bears again. Let's go.
Oh, I know.
We
Yeah,
haven't
it's
had
awesome.
our Monday show after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I've been looking forward, like, since Saturday. I'm like, I cannot wait to get in the studio. Just yell at somebody on the internet. I really don't care. You are looking live at Military Broadcast Radio. I am your host,
Sure.
Jimmy Covers, with Caveman to my left and HG to my right. Boys, it is a Thanksgiving weekend. It is a Cyber Monday, they're calling it. We don't care. It's Monday Football Frenzy at Till the Final Whistle on Military Broadcast Radio. Boys, how was your weekend? How was your turkey day? How was the football? Tell me about it.
Football was great. I was freaking sick the whole weekend, so I was just watching football from my bed.
Just dying. That's
Yeah.
the worst.
I was dying, but I was
watching
watching
football.
some insane upsets on Saturday.
Ball don't sleep, brother.
Yeah.
Never.
Ball don't sleep.
I needed some background noise while I was throwing up. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want to completely disturb my family.
Yeah.
'Cause I wasn't done throwing up till like noon on Saturday.
Oh no,
I was a goner.
man. And Caveman, like, boys, like, Caveman's like maybe $1.25 soaking wet. So it's like, you throw up too much, dude. You're gonna start going into negative.
That gets me
Like,
weak
you're
for
gonna-
a few days.
Oh,
after
for
throwing
sure.
up.
I bet you're wiped out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But through hell or high water, he's
He's
here.
here. He's grinding.
Breaking it down. It's
Yeah.
The Whistle
I like
Boys don't sleep. We don't
Yeah.
rest. We bring you all the football frenzy action.
Dude,
Boys.
a lot of football and
Great
a lot of
weekend
frenzy.
football. Yeah.
We
Oh,
got-
my
The
goodness.
frenzy is among us, boys.
It is. It really is. It's
We're
I-
getting in the thick of it.
Yeah.
And we got championship weekend in college football. You guys
Yes,
want to
sir.
start there? Because there's probably
Yeah,
some of the
let's do that.
most insane
Usually we
games
start with
of the
NFL.
weekend.
Let's go with college, brother.
Go on, college first.
I like it.
It was a great week for rivalry week. I mean,
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
chippy.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fights. Ohio State, Michigan, obviously got it. Florida State got into it.
How'd they let Ryan Day walk off that field as the Ohio State coach? Beyond me.
How are they letting him walk off the field after he just stood on the sideline and watched all his players fight?
Right. Right.
Like, geez, we're all for the violence. You know, as long as they're not.
Yeah,
getting
no,
too hurt.
but violence and playing tough
scuffle.
physical football is two
Exactly.
totally different things.
You could go and separate a freaking fight. You don't
Right.
gotta stand there and watch.
Even if there is a scuffle, like, boys, we got cops on the sideline. They had to bring out like a SWAT team unit and the
Right.
helmets
I've
and
never-
riot gear.
I've never seen
What
it
are we
get
doing?
that bad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's tough.
bad by both coaching staffs, like not doing more to get into there. Also, if you're Ohio State, you know that was the most fight you showed all game. Was
Yeah, at the
after,
very end.
yeah,
And you lost that. They still planted the flag.
they still got that.
So you
fight.
took the L on the field and you took the L in the fight, which everybody's just going to be talking about. Crazy.
Crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, Will Howard.
Not
Man,
good.
Not a good game. What do you have? 2 interceptions.
Oh,
Only 175 yards.
Defense, man.
Michigan defense, it's good. I mean that their front was really where their strength was, and they leaned on that heavily. It was an ugly football game, and that was the
Yeah.
exact type of game Michigan was going to be primed to win.
Yeah.
If you
yeah, they wanted it.
they wanted it to be ugly. They didn't want it to be pretty, low scoring. Gave them exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
If you're Ohio State,
Yeah.
you look at it on
If
paper,
not now, when? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you
what are we
should've been-
talking about?
you should have been the better team, man. I mean, Harbaugh, he's out of there from Michigan. They lost tons of players to the draft. It's like a completely new team in a rebuild phase. This was your chance to get back out on top. You know that guy that ate the 320 peeps because Ohio State lost to
Yeah.
Oregon?
Yeah.
You know what he has to do now because they
No.
lost to Michigan?
Oh, there's another one?
Yeah, because he works with Barstool. So now
Oh, okay.
he said he'd work for Dave Portnoy for free for an entire year.
Oh, no.
So that guy just
Oh,
lost
no.
a year's worth of income.
Oh, no.
Dave Portnoy, big Michigan
Shout
fan
out.
over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
going after Bryce Underwood, dude. He got him to flip. Him and some big billionaire boosters were able to pay him some NIL money and give him
Yeah,
a Barstool deal and all this stuff. And
Baton Rouge people are not happy
Yeah.
about that one.
the Northerner coming into like shot across the bow for the future Civil War, number 2. It's like, hey, this
And
team from the North came into our building and slapped us around. Like, what are we doing?
I can tell you, who I bet Ohio State wish they had a quarterback. Kyle McCord,
Yeah.
20 of 36, 380 yards,
Upsets
3
Miami.
touchdowns, beat Miami.
Frenzy,
I
boys.
forgot he transferred after last year.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
he was beleaguered there in Madison.
And won.
They didn't even want him.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet they're missing him now, though. He's been having himself quite the season. Threw for 4,000 yards and 29 touchdowns.
Yeah, he killed it.
Syracuse
You know?
always has one of those offenses, man, that like last week of the season. Like I think I mentioned it even on like a Wednesday show when we were previewing it. Buddy, like that's a weird and tough place to play for your last game of the
One
season.
of the few dome stadiums
Yeah.
in college football too. It's-
Yep.
I forgot they have a dome.
And they always got an offense. So it's like, Cam Ward, you're going to have to score 4 touchdowns just to give yourself a shot at the end of this game because, dude, anybody can lose to Syracuse on any given day in that weird-ass dome.
What a
exactly.
perfect matchup for the last game of the
It
year.
really was.
Well, Clemson.
Miami is in the ACC championship game still, so I don't.
No, they're not.
They're not?
Clemson's in.
Oh, it's Clemson SMU now.
Even though Clemson lost.
Yeah.
I
It was
thought,
a non-
because of Clemson lost, I
It
thought
was a
Miami was still in.
non-conference game, so it didn't affect them.
Didn't affect their conference
Oh,
record.
that's right, because South
So-
Carolina is in the SEC. Oh man,
Exactly.
I didn't even think about that.
And so I think Clemson, they got in there just based off of strength of schedule because 2 of their 3
man.
losses, their only 1 conference loss was to Louisville. Then their other 2 losses were the 2 top 25 ranked SEC schools. They lost to Georgia, their first game of the season, and then South Carolina at the end.
Wow.
South Carolina, tough team, dude.
Yeah, they might have.
really
They're gonna
tough.
battle you, dude.
They might have
I've liked how they played this year.
a slight shot at the college football playoff. It looks like while 3 losses is pretty bad, if you get ranked high enough, there is still a small chance.
I think if there's gonna be a 3-loss team, it'll be Alabama, just because I feel
Probably.
bad for them. But they even
Yeah.
need a lot of stuff to fall their way.
Exactly.
They do.
I mean, they were showing the playoff percentage tracker. It's only 19%.
4%, yeah.
For Bama.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
South
we'll see.
Carolina, honestly, they would have been in there if they didn't get so beleaguered with injury early in the season. They
Did you-
lost Lenora Sellers week 3.
Yeah.
They're running on a backup for the next 4 or
What
5.
a dogged
so.
freshman, dude.
yeah,
Talk about
that
not
guy's gonna
having
be a beast.
not having the lights be a problem and the stage be too big for you. Goes in there, plays poised, fumbles the ball early. In that first quarter, he had a turnover where he had a fumble in that game, or it could have been an interception. I can't remember. He had a turnover early,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it gave Clemson some momentum. I was watching this game in the first half because that was really the best game that was on in the early window, and I either fumbled or a pick, and a lot of momentum. Clemson drives down after that interception, drives down, scores a touchdown. He comes right back on the next possession. How you doing? Keep it moving. Doesn't let it affect him. Drives down the field, scores another touchdown. Crazy.
He is crazy athletic because they these touchdown runs too. He's outrunning safeties, breaking tackles. I mean, the guy
Future's bright in Columbus.
ran for 166
Yeah.
yards and 2 touchdowns in that
Yeah.
game.
All right.
Yeah, he's
Something
gonna
I
be a
did want to
stud.
say something real fast. I'm sorry to go back to the Michigan-Ohio State game. Michigan only had 62 yards passing.
Oh,
Ohio State had 175 yards passing.
Michigan's offense played awful.
I got a tweet here. Ohio State former DB Tyree Johnson.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
his tweet post-game. Y'all can say I'm hating or whatever you want to, but I knew Coach Day was not the answer when we played in the national championship against Bama. And at halftime, he didn't say a word to the team, just went in the office and started blaming other coaches. That's a tweet from a former player.
It's not good.
Like, you're getting it from the dude in the locker room.
Oh, jeez.
Not good, caveman.
Good luck.
I checked it.
Man.
Tyreek Johnson, he was a starting DB for like 3 years there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a pretty close enough to get your sample size in Ryan.
And did you guys see Syracuse's coach after that upset win over Miami? What he said? Did you guys see that? He was like, "Dabo Sweeney, I got you, baby.
Got you.
Send,
Yeah.
send
Oh,
us some
yeah.
NIL money." Because if Miami wins, they're in the conference. They're in the conference championship, and that keeps Clemson out. And he helped them out with the upset. Shout out Syracuse.
Now
Man.
he gets to finally take a shower too, apparently.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yes, yeah.
It's been a minute. I don't buy that. I think that's kind of just like internet humor.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
like, but 'cause I don't think his wife's letting him come home if he's
Right.
not showering.
So
What are you
I
talking
doubt that. I mean, you're working at a Syracuse
Yeah.
is a pretty prestigious
Oh,
university.
for sure. Yeah,
Like,
you're not.
even though you're just on like the football team, like academically, they got
Oh, it's top
That's
they got a
tier.
lot going
the
on.
nicer part of New York.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
upstate.
I don't think they would. That's part of their code of conduct.
Tough.
Like you just stinking with like months worth of stench on you.
I thought Arizona was going to put up a better fight in their rivalry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, caveman. I kind of saw that one coming, brother. That was one of my best bets. Arizona's. That was one of the easy winners of the weekend. Easy winners.
Very, very.
One of
easy.
the. I wasn't even sweating that one, dude. It was nice.
Killed them. Another little scuffle that broke out. Arizona State wanted to drop the pitchfork
They
on the
did.
Big
Yeah.
A.
Yeah.
They're not letting it happen. You got to lose those games
Guys.
in class. Because if Arizona's going to ASU, they're planting the flag.
I don't know why this is turning into a big deal. We all watched Baker Mayfield in Texas plant the Oklahoma. This is something that
Pregame.
college football, like go back, Notre Dame used to do that in the 80s.
I
If
thought
you
it
lose,
was
you
good
take your
for-
L, we plant our flag, we go home.
Right.
Get it
Now
next
everybody
year.
gets
Get it
so
next year.
sensitive.
Now you want to
Bingo.
fight. You
That's
got to save
football,
that
man.
for next year.
Yeah, you get it
You
next year. That's
You
football.
had 60 minutes
Right,
to stop them from doing this. You had
Right.
60 minutes to prove it on your own turf
right.
that you were the better team. That didn't happen.
Too little,
You got
too
your-
late from
In
them.
some cases, it was a close loss. In Arizona's case, you got your ass kicked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
regardless, you play. Do this during the football game.
Right.
Where's all this energy coming after
Yeah,
the fact?
yeah.
You know?
We're not gonna like your pride is all of a sudden gonna get in the way of like, hey man, like this is what happens when you lose. We get to celebrate. We get to plan our flag. Teams were doing this a long time ago. Now all of a sudden it's like a big thing where like it has to turn into, a fist fight or what some type of scuffle. Most of the time it's not fighting. It's just a scuffle. But the Michigan Ohio State's an outlier. I think that turned
That one's
Bad
real
quick.
bitter rivalry.
yeah.
Ohio State.
And Ohio
wanted
State
this
lost
one.
4 in a row now.
Yeah,
Like, what do we
They
do?
wanted this one. It's Michigan's poverty season.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if
And now it doesn't
Michigan-
even matter because Michigan, they just won their Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Michigan's
And they're
fine.
still gonna have a bowl game.
Bowl game somewhere, yeah.
And likely, like they're gonna probably get like kind of a bad
Yeah.
or lower conference
Yeah.
school. Like somebody
Yeah.
from the Sun Belt or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So Michigan's gonna, they basically won their national championship, the Ohio
Yeah.
State.
Yeah.
Then you're probably gonna have an easy bowl game.
Yeah.
Put that trophy together, start your rebuild. I gotta imagine they'll be a little bit better next season.
I was hearing it could pop, depending on how the rest of the SEC finished out, that they could have a rematch between Michigan and South Carolina in the Sun Belt or the Sun Bowl.
Ooh.
Yeah, remember the Jadeveon Clowney game? With
Okay.
remember when that happened?
I do kind of
blasted
think
through
South Carolina might
the-
kill
came to the
Michigan.
A
though, if
gap and
that's-
just
Because
smacked
it's Michigan finished 7th in their conference, and it's like the 5th team in the SEC, and like the 7th team in the Big Ten. They play in like the Sun like every year, whatever, and they could choose them. I was hearing possible bowl destinations for that. That would for me that would just be an intriguing game for Michigan, at least a watchable game. Where like okay, Michigan versus South Carolina, another big stage for the freshman quarterback for South Carolina.
The other game we gotta talk about: Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah,
8
Dude,
overtimes.
What the
Yeah.
heck?
Are you kidding? That was
What a game.
they
insane.
got up like 17 points on them.
Oh, Georgia had Tech. They had a 17-point
Right.
lead at half.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
was
that game was nuts.
Oh,
I didn't get
yeah,
to watch
that's-
much of that one. I was out and about with the girl, but
right.
we were definitely.
I was working that night, but I keep checking back in on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, gets busy. I'm like, oh well, Georgia Tech's up 17-0. You know,
Insane.
just
Yeah.
ridiculous. 8 overtimes. Man, well,
Yeah.
crazy
The
game.
total in that game pregame, the total in that game was 57 points.
Was how many?
57 points. It was freaking 17-6 in the third quarter. There was like a 77% chance at one point the game was going to go under. And then 9 overtimes or whatever it was. That game is 44-42, and the total is 86 points. And that game is over.
Georgia
I
had
can't
scored
believe Georgia did that.
21 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Rallied.
That's a
They're-
crazy comeback.
Yeah,
And shout out to Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
man.
shout out
They're going
Georgia
to
Tech.
Sanford.
They're
Going to
battling.
Sanford Stadium.
yeah, that
They're
was
battling.
That's a team.
on the road.
Your little bro to Georgia. You're always getting beat down by them. This is your chance. Freaking Haynes King,
Yep.
Who- dude,
Carson Beck
Haynes King
turned out
ball.
to be insane.
Dude,
We gotta
Georgia.
give him his flowers,
Yeah.
man. The guy had
Shout out Haynes
403
King.
total yards and 5 total touchdowns.
3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Guys, this doesn't
Fucking
even
10.
seem real. Georgia Tech had 37 minutes of time of possession to Georgia's 22 minutes.
Oh my god.
That doesn't even seem real.
Yeah,
It is.
This game was just bonkers.
Insane.
It didn't make any sense. It's the exact carnage and chaos we live for here.
It
you know,
is.
until the
Yes.
final whistle.
Yes.
I gotta say, if you're Georgia,
Yes.
man, you gotta be a little worried though about
Limping, eh?
some burnout. You know, from
Yeah.
like this was an emotional, intense game
Oh yeah.
that you had to expend a lot of energy on. Meanwhile, I mean, Texas kind of just handled
cruised.
Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I mean, it
That was
wasn't
like
like
their easy cover. Didn't even sweat that
it
one.
wasn't
at
like
all.
a huge margin of victory, but it was just like, you know, they put together some decent drives. They never really put themselves their defense in a bad situation. They didn't have any bad turnovers. It was just Texas kind of was in control, even though they only scored 17 points.
They got the stops they needed too. We'll see in top plays. Nasty 4th and goal pushes from that defensive
Yeah.
front.
Yeah.
If they just didn't let Texas A&M stay in it.
Yeah.
17-7 is close, but if the other team isn't scoring
Right.
points, you're
And that-
fine.
Yeah, that 7 came off of a pick 6, and that was like from
True.
a tipped pass too.
Yeah.
Like it just
One of those plays, one of those
Right.
tic-tac ones. You're like,
where
well,
I mean, it wasn't that like Ewers didn't necessarily make a bad throw. It was just good play by the defense. But yeah, I mean, so really, if you look at this, I mean, Texas, you shut out Texas A&M. Your
Yeah.
defense shut them out.
Basically.
It's one great play by their defense doesn't negate how basically every other player is Texas was. in
Yeah.
control.
Control the line of scrimmage from top to bottom.
So definitely some confidence for Texas, who didn't really, I think, kind of cruise through it.
They're gonna get their rematch,
The
man.
rematch against the Georgia team.
They're
that
gonna
might
get
be
their
a little-
rematch.
Little burned out.
Steve Sark was at the bar taking tequila shots, like, "Hey, we want him again." And people are like, "You're probably back on the wagon, dude, drinking." You know what I mean? You already had a drinking problem twice. It's like, all right, well, third time's a charm, baby. Let's bring on Georgia.
got
You
a
know?
comment coming in. I don't know about sports, but I do like talking smack. I'm here
I like
to do
it.
some comments to get a reaction from my husband. Keep them on their toes. Awesome energy, fellow vets. Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
appreciate you.
Thanks
Hey,
for watching
thank
it.
You like to talk
Infinity.
smack? Come in here. We have
Sports
no
perfect
problem
place
doing
to
it.
talk smack. That's all
Exactly.
sports is.
Yeah, that's it.
I gotta say, Steve Sarkisian, he did a good job not keeping his players from
Yeah,
things getting chippy, because I mean there was
definitely. They
possibility
tried
for
to.
a fight at
they
the end
tried-
of that game.
They tried to.
They tried to.
They tried to instigate it, but I bet. See, maybe I don't know. A good head coach saw what happened
Right.
earlier, talked to his team, and was like, "Hey, don't be surprised. This is a rivalry game. Texas A&M, a state divided, houses divided. Don't be surprised if their players don't try to get you in a fight to try, because they're playing from." Now what happens? It's like Ohio State's still playing for an at-large bid, or half your team might be suspended because they're chucking bombs after the game.
Yeah, they're-
I did the NCAA.
If something like that happened with Texas, though, like you're playing an SEC championship game against Georgia, and you have a couple of your players who decided to have a fist fight with Texas A&M players on the field.
Just write that one off.
Right that,
Just get ready to be
blown out by 30.
Just don't want a first round bye.
Right.
If that's the case.
Yeah. So, but that's what's going to happen with all those players. Are they going to be suspended?
They said they're just going to fine the teams. They're not going to suspend them.
Okay.
Which
Michigan, Ohio State, I think both schools were over $100,000.
yeah, they both got $100,000 fine.
It's kind of a speeding ticket.
Right. I'm like, real this.
Tack them $1 million, then now we're talking.
Yeah, I'm like,
Probably
really.
paying more for the.
Why aren't we taking like?
This
I
is-
kind of like it where MLB you get in trouble, you lose like your international pool money, or how much money you have in your pool, so you can buy international players. Tack their NIL money. Now
That
you
is
don't.
very true.
Now, because that's the only thing that these teams freaking care about.
They just want
Like NFL draft picks, like instead of tacking them fines, like okay, this is $1 billion company, we care about $100,000.
Yep.
We spend that on nutrition.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? For a
Because
week.
even if you suspend the players, they'd be like, well, whatever. We didn't win it this season. We got plenty of money.
And Ohio State's like, well, we'll just
yeah,
insert next 5-star player here.
right. Heck, even with less NIL money, Ohio State and Michigan are still going to pull in some big recruits.
So
Oh yeah.
totally.
Even
But-
Ryan Day in Ohio State.
Yeah.
He gone.
Great recruiter. If he doesn't get fired,
He
still-
gone.
Exactly.
Oh,
Still
he's
a good
out.
recruiter. Like pretty decent
Man,
offensive mind.
he's
So, like
47-1 against the rest of the Big Ten, and he's 1-4 against Michigan.
And that's the only stat. You talk to boosters, I bet that's the
all
only
they
stat
care
that
about.
matters to them.
that's all they care about. He probably is gone just because of that.
He's got it.
just based on that.
There's no way
That's
he can come back.
unfortunate. Poor Ryan Day.
Who are the biggest rivals trying to figure a game to surprise them with? Well, we did actually just wrap up college rivalry week, and we're kind of into the postseason now. But if you are looking for some great rivalry games, Ohio State, or Ohio, Michigan is a great one. Ohio State, Michigan, rather. That's one of the oldest ones in all of college football.
And if a really good one, Infinity, if next year you want to just take the trip, go to an Iron Bowl, man.
Yeah,
Those
Auburn,
are
Alabama.
Auburn,
Those are
Alabama is an absolute. If you've never
Doesn't
been to
matter
a,
how good.
you don't
Auburn
even need
is.
to like sports. If you go to an Iron Bowl, you'll be like, oh, this is quintessential college football rivalry. It's Alabama. It's all they have. Auburn, Alabama, the one I can highly recommend to anybody. It's a great time.
Seeing as you got some history with the armed forces, Army Navy is coming up.
Army Navy.
That's-
next week.
that's
I
it.
mean, that's a
You got
great, great rivalry game between
Yeah.
the two service academies.
Yeah.
All timer. We're actually doing a remote watch party for that one. If you want
Yes,
to tune
sir.
in,
Oh yeah.
December 14th, we'll be at a fellow Navy man's house. Vicente, he's going to be hosting, doing everything. It's going to be a party. Some other former
Definitely
service
gonna be a
guys
party.
there. It's going to be a great time.
You're
That's
gonna
a
get
really
a
good
lot
one.
of veterans in there. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. But
That's
boys, BYU has officially knocked
Yeah.
CU out of the Big 12
Yeah.
championship contention, and I don't even think they're gonna make it because Arizona
No, they're-
State and
yeah, they're
Iowa
out.
State both won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So BYU literally just helped Arizona or helped Iowa State
Iowa
get
State
in
get in.
after Iowa State eliminated them from the.
Did these
Big 12
teams play each
championship.
other in the regular season?
No, they didn't.
BYU played Arizona State last weekend, but not
Not Iowa State.
hasn't
No,
played BYU.
What about Iowa State, Arizona State? They haven't.
no,
played?
they haven't.
Not yet.
Of the top 4 teams in the Big 12, the only 2 that played each other was Arizona State, BYU.
Good to know. Thanks.
That was part of the carnage and chaos of the Big 12.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I was hoping.
Shout
I
out
was hoping
Colorado.
BYU
End of
would
a
just
run.
throw.
Good job, Colorado. Good
Yeah.
job, Colorado. Good job. Hey, good job, Dion. Bouncing back from last year to this year, giving yourself a shot. You lost an early game to your rival in Nebraska.
It
One
was-
of those games that you're like, you wish you had that one back,
Yeah,
but too little, too late, I guess. From
it was a
team.
game against the Kansas teams.
Dude, and Shador
Kansas
set like
teams.
all-time like passing records there, which is crazy to think about because he played like
2 years.
Yeah,
and he was injured last year too.
and he got
At
banged
times.
up. Oh man, he
So
just.
it's like, man,
I think he's gonna do fine at the next one.
I think so, man.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
He just kind of.
he's a smart. He gets a bad rap on social media, but you watch some of his press. He's a smart and like he can like talk to the media. Like he's very well spoken.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Travis Hunter talks ball. When he like talks ball, it's like okay, like you get it. You know what I mean? Like you know how to talk about it, not just like just be like some fucking athlete where you can use your bravado just to get in and out of press conferences. It's like he really talks ball. I kind of appreciate it, honestly. Most of these top guys is like, you watch some of them, like, they don't care. They don't have, and rightfully so. It's like, who really gives a crap about the media? If you're a football player, you're like, going to be a first-round draft pick. I don't give a crap about, ESPN, what they think of me. I don't give a crap. You know what I mean? But, like, if you take the time and, like, you really get good at it, I think it's a plus, man. I think these NFL teams appreciate that.
It does.
Exactly.
Helps
It
sell
gets
tickets.
the media off the team's back.
Because I think
not
that's
just your own.
another thing that's just boosting their draft stock is like you've got these incredible athletes that they clearly know the game really well, and they interact with the media really well. So I mean, they're going to come in and be a day one favorite for you.
Definitely.
And obviously you care a lot about the product on the field, but jersey sales, tickets, attendance, all that type of stuff.
And with teams making money also on social media,
so
it's like, hey, you know what I mean? I kind of appreciate it.
Because
as a fan, I did.
All that money you can make on social media, you can see it on different teams' social media accounts. They have like specific guys that the admins they'll go to when they're making videos and stuff. They're doing like trends with the team. Like there are guys that
it's not an accident the Packers use Jair Alexander.
Exactly.
Even in games he's not playing in to go on TikTok and do videos and clips and stuff.
Exactly. Like the Browns, Jameis Winston's in every single one of their videos.
Yeah.
Even before he was a
start.
He was in every single video.
That's just any team he's on. He's going to be there. The face of your
eating dubs, baby. Eating dubs. Love it.
Exactly.
College football. Some of these conference championships, boys, coming up next week. Gonna be fun.
Before we do move on to that, though, what do you guys think of Penn State running up the score while they were up 38-7, throwing a touchdown?
They need style points.
Four
That's
seconds
very
left.
true.
I think the coach, he made a great point, though. Because, like, it was their third and fourth string guys. And
Let them play.
He's like, I'll take my starters out to rest them. Let these kids play. This is like one of their only chances.
This is senior day.
To get on the field.
Last game of the season.
Yeah.
Let your guys play.
They're going to play. Your ones and twos are in the game.
They played an offensive lineman who's like 30, who's like my age. Who's like one of those walk-on guys who's older,
Look,
he's on the team.
I don't know. I never.
I'm sorry, Tankate's your guy for a touchdown. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? He's 37.
Maybe get some NIL money.
I never get this whole don't run up the score thing or anything because like something that always comes into play when you're looking at playoff teams like NFL or college is point differential does get factored into tiebreakers.
It does.
Why would you not always try to score as many points as you can in the game?
Yeah.
And it's like if you don't want them to score, stop them. You play
blitz.
The game plays.
Hey, maybe don't rush three and play prevent defense.
The game's played for 60 minutes.
Right.
Just because you're out of it. When there's only 40 minutes down.
Right.
Doesn't mean the game's
Doesn't
over.
mean it. Yeah.
You still got to keep playing.
I've never been mad at it. Even these SEC teams, like they put in their fourth stringers and they run it up on Coastal Kick, like whoever.
Especially if
take the L, move on. Who cares?
In college too, like come on, man. Like some of these guys been bench warmers their entire career. Like just give them they're in the game. Let them play football.
Let them play football.
Yeah.
Most of these guys that were playing and at the end when this was all going down, because I know Mike Loxley did they had a little post-game scuffle between James Franklin and Mike Loxley there. They were kind of like, and James Franklin was like, I don't care. Right. He just told the guy, like, he was like trying to talk to him. He's like, and he was just like trying to blow him off. Like, dude, it's a nothing game for you. It's a nothing game for us. We blew you out.
Imagine if both.
We're in an at-large bid in college football playoff.
Right. Imagine they both won 2 games. Penn State still wants to run the score up, and Maryland's still probably going to be upset about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Right.
Like,
doesn't matter.
It's a lose-lose for whoever's losing there.
Hey, good game, coach. Stay healthy. Walk off the field. It doesn't matter.
Get them next year. You're gonna rivalry week. You're gonna play them.
Right. Well, I mean, it was senior day for Penn State, obviously. So, like, I'm gonna play all a bunch of nobodies who never played all year. Sorry, they scored a couple touchdowns on you, bud.
Yeah. And it was one last-second touchdown.
It was. Yeah.
Oregon's probably going to beat Penn State by 20 next week anyway, so it's like you got to give them.
Yeah, it is Penn State.
Oregon.
Oh yeah, Oregon's going to give them. I'm going to check out the future what the spread for that one is, because that one's already out. I know
if,
it is.
what's his
Oregon's
name?
only 3.5-point favorites.
I will say
Wow.
if Penn State can figure out a
See
way
that
to run
touchdown
the ball and keep Oregon's offense off the field, that's
Yeah.
where I think the Ducks could get into some trouble. If Penn State's defense has to be on the field a lot, I think with how explosive Oregon is, they're just gonna wear out too quickly, and it's gonna start getting away from them. But
They're starting this weekend, man.
if
I'm
you got-
hyped for these two.
what's his name?
These would be
You got
crazy.
Tyler Aller and
Yeah,
what's the
Drew
other-
Aller.
Drew Aller.
Drew Aller,
That'd be solid.
I'm thinking Tyler Warren and Katron Allen. Those two guys,
Oh yeah,
if
Katron.
they can combine.
Katron's a dog, dude.
Taysom Hill
Listen,
Jr.,
big-
buddy.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
44 on Penn State. You gotta
I like
that dude play.
that guy. I think he'll be a sneaky late round draft pick in the draft here soon, and he'll be like wherever he goes to, he's just going to be a lot of fun in the pros. But I like watching him play. Yeah.
Shout out Marshall making the conference championship, dude.
Did you guys
Holy
catch any?
crap.
You guys catch any of that game against JMU?
I
Nah.
saw a little bit of it. They
I
got
was
into
watching
the
some of
Sun Belt
that.
championship off of double overtime, fake reverse.
Are you
Philly
serious?
Special.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
We
We got it in top place.
I
Cool,
put it in
awesome.
top place
It
here,
is
yeah.
insane.
Sweet.
That
Man,
game,
shout out.
one of the best of the weekend, man.
It was.
Or that's the
That's the
Thundering
Thundering
Herd.
Herd. Tulane,
The
the
Thundering
Green
Herd.
Wave, they also made it to their conference championship. They clinched that earlier. All right,
Tulane,
well-
Army. Those are the
Yeah,
matchups this weekend. So Conference USA, Western
Oh, man.
Kentucky, Jacksonville State.
Ohio, Miami of Ohio. That's a rivalry
I
game
saw
playing
that
in a
one.
conference championship for the MAC.
Exactly.
The MACtion, baby.
There's honestly kind of some interesting, outside of the power conferences, there's some interesting conference championships. Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State is literally just a rematch from last weekend because
Yeah.
Western Kentucky beat Jacksonville State
And
to
Jacksonville
get
State.
into the Conference USA championship
Yeah.
just to play them again. So
Jacksonville
wanted
State
this
been a
storyline
sneaky
to
cover
be-
all year for your boy too. What's his name? Old Rodriguez, Rich Rodriguez is the coach there at Jacksonville State.
Oh, really?
So a team with a big name coach in the playing small time football, but with a big time football brain. You're turning it around there. I mean, who the heck is even Jacksonville
the
State,
Mountain West
It's their
championship
first year.
Oh,
is that's going to be a doozy.
bro?
UNLV Boise
Boise
State
State.
rematch.
That's-
I mean, if Boise doesn't win
4-point
this,
favorite.
are
Boise State.
they still in the playoff?
Probably not.
Like I think they
What's
get knocked out, and
UNLV's record?
that would put UNLV in it because I think they would.
If they have
UNLV's
matching records, UNLV is going to take their spot.
UNLV is 10-2.
And
Well,
Boise State. 11.
Crap,
11-1.
that actually might open up the door for Tulane if they beat Army.
I was gonna say,
because Tulane's
Yeah.
ranked higher than UNLV, so
yeah,
they would be the higher
it would
ranked
be an
conference
at-large.
champion.
Yeah,
So they would come in at the 5 seed. Obviously, you're not going to give
I
them.
think this is a trap line. I think Boise State probably wins by 3 touchdowns.
And that last game they played was a really.
I know it
close
was a
one.
really close
Really
game. Yeah, I know. I'm with you. I don't know. I think Boise State just has the ability to turn it up a notch with Genty there and
That's true.
the tight ends.
I just know UNLV's been licking their chops for every.
They got a good defense, man.
They do.
They got they're fast and physical on defense. It's gonna be a great game for sure. I can't wait to watch that one.
That one's going to be awesome. UNLV
It's
is
just hard pressed.
We all
December
thought
6th,
UNLV
8
was gonna
o'clock.
be Bad because their guy Sluka left.
Yeah,
lying
no
about
big
the
deal.
NIL deals.
Yeah.
That didn't change a thing.
Didn't change a thing.
They
They
said
kept playing
beat.
football.
Keep it moving.
They just brushed the dirt off their shoulders. Went to the next week. They said, we don't need John Sluka. Go back to Holy Cross,
Yeah.
where we got you from with the NIL money.
Holy cross!
All right. What about the Big 12 championship? Iowa State, Arizona State. Who do we like in this one?
I really like Arizona State,
I like
man.
Arizona State too.
I really think they're
Dude,
gonna win and make
Cam
the college football
Stratton,
playoff.
I think is he a senior? Do we know? I think so, right? His draft stock has got to be skyrocketing after this, though.
Let me look.
I think so too. Man.
I mean, he's definitely the best player on that team, and the way they can just lean on him. I mean, he was absolutely going crazy.
Player bio. I got it right here. Looks like he's a redshirt junior, so he can't enter the draft.
Still
If he
hasn't
wants
been-
to, still has another year of eligibility.
Gotcha. He had 21 carries for $177 and 3 touchdowns. Last last Saturday. On the season, man, 1,400 rushing yards and 17 touchdowns. That's
Yeah.
solid.
Yep.
I mean, he's a shorter back, but like he is
He's
just so
5'10".
stocky.
Yeah, he's a bowling ball man. He's
Nice.
225 pounds at 5'10".
Reminds me a little bit of like a kind of. He's a
Little-
little bit faster than this guy, but like Mike Tolbert, just in the same frame of
Dude,
like
him
so
and,
like a
him and
Maurice
Ashton
Jones-Drew
Genty are
type
sort
of
of
guy?
like a copy
Yeah.
and paste version of
Maurice
each other.
Jones-Drew.
He kind of like Ashton Genty. Ashton
I
Genty's
see
not
that,
He's
yeah.
super,
not the tallest guy either.
but he's a bowling ball, dude. He's a weeble wobble, dude. You can't knock him over.
Dude, some of the best backs in the nation.
Oh, yeah.
They're shorter guys. I mean, Dylan Sampson, he's another great one.
Yeah.
In Tennessee, he's not even all that tall either. He's like, I think maybe 6'2", 6'1". Like you see him out there, he doesn't look as tall.
Tennessee
as like,
almost.
a lot of the other
They
guys.
are in a dogfight with Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they pulled away there at the end.
I think
Yeah,
they'll get an.
Vanderbilt's-
I think they'll get an. They're going to be playing in the first round of college football.
Yeah.
They'll get an
I-
at-large bid.
They're 10-2. You got to get them at large.
They'll
be.
Because they're losing to the best teams.
Yeah, I mean,
Their losses. Who did they lose to?
They lost to Georgia.
and
And Arkansas.
Arkansas. Yeah, they got upset and then they lost to Georgia.
yeah, but that's I mean
Upsets happen, obviously.
a road game and it was a road game too. It wasn't like they blew it at
Right.
home. Like you had to go into Arkansas.
They're playing, they were playing good football then.
Exactly. Arkansas.
We'll
Just
see.
Logan underrated rivalries. Arkansas, Missouri. That was
Oh,
another-
yeah,
that was
that
a
was
great
cool.
game in the snow.
Snow. Yeah, I love
That was
snow
a fun
games.
one to watch.
Love snow games. I'm going to look up that player right
Sunday night last night.
Yeah.
Snow
now.
Bowl.
Samson.
All right, so we're going.
FCS first
Samson's
round
also
started on
five-
Saturday, too.
Samson's 5'10", 200 pounds.
Oh, so he's also 5'10".
Yeah.
All right, I
Oh,
thought he
I
was
like
maybe just a
that.
little.
They got, at least that's what they have him here on ESPN.
All right.
Under 6 foot
Yeah.
running backs. We like it.
The short king renaissance in there
Yeah,
with
love
running
it.
backs.
Let's go. We
Yeah.
love to see it.
That's awesome. You love to see that. Always just goes to show, man. Like even if you're
He's top 4 receiver
undersized, you know.
for their team, too. He has 240 receiving yards on the season.
And then who's the
2
guy?
touchdowns.
Who's the guy that Notre Dame's got? Your boy.
Oh, yeah, Jeremiah Love.
Love.
He leads the nation in over 45-yard touchdown.
He's not a little too tall. Right there.
No, I think he's probably right around in there, dude.
Right, like 5'11", 5'10", 6 foot range.
5'11", maybe 6, maybe.
So I was about to ask you. How you
Boys,
feeling? They beat USC. How you feeling
I took
about
them on
their
a bet. I
chances?
took them on, dude. It was a trap line. They were 7-point favorites on the road at USC. I thought that game was going to fall 7, and then right at the end, USC's driving. This defense, man. Shout out Marcus Freeman turning around Notre Dame's. How many times have we seen Notre Dame's defense play a good team, like with Brian Kelly, and we just get absolutely monstered? Notre Dame's defense is not a pushover now. They're fast and they're physical.
They
They got
carry
a
the
secondary now.
team sometimes. Yeah.
They literally, I do think we're going to run into it in the college football playoff where if a team can't stop, if Jeremiah Love can't, run for a 45, 50-yard touchdown every single snap, or Riley Leonard running for a touchdown, I think we're going to lose. I don't think Riley Leonard's a good quarterback at
yeah,
all.
if they have to put it on the arm of Riley Leonard,
We are
they're
going
run
to
into
lose.
some trouble. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So I get timid about saying that they can make a run. I'm glad they made. We're sort of I think we're a year ahead of where, because we're a young team. Like we're starting them up. Remember, we lost 2 starting senior offensive linemen preseason to ACL injuries. So
And that was after losing Alt to the draft.
Bingo.
Too. So I mean, that's
we're
three guys.
decimate, and we're starting all freshmen right there. We have
Yeah.
3 starting freshmen on offensive line.
That's
Yeah,
Our center and left guard and right guard
almost unheard of.
are all freshmen.
that's
Our starting left tackle is a sophomore who didn't play a game last year. So I do kind of agree with some of the Notre Dame insiders. They're like, hey, this team's a year ahead. This is all free money. I'm sort of in that camp with them. But Jeremiah Love is a dog, dude. I do think he'll probably be a 2nd or 3rd rounder. But USC was driving to tie the game late in that game, if you guys watched that.
Oh,
And
yeah,
Xavier
I
Watts,
was gonna say
pick 6, touchdown.
it was.
Beautiful.
They're up 35-28. Drive it, or was it? Maybe it was 28-21. I think it was
the
35-28.
first one was 35.
Yeah,
Yeah. Driving down they're in the red zone to score it up. 99-yard pick 6. down 14, whatever. Notre Dame gets it back down into the red zone.
Yeah.
A chance to bring it back to within 7, put the pressure back on Notre Dame.
Another one.
100-yard pick six.
I love
Way to
it.
turn a 1-possession game into
It's
a
a
3-possession game,
Yep.
just like that.
Just like that. With your defense and not even your offense. I haven't seen that, dude, probably my entire life. Like, our defense has always been, we've had an offense, when we had Golden Tate and we had, homeboy from the Patriots, Charlie Weiss was our coach, who was Tom Brady's old offensive coordinator. We always had an offense, Brian Kelly. We always sort of, patchwork offense, always had a really good defense. And Manti Te'o and a couple guys, but like,
That's what I was going to say.
couldn't
last
really
time
put
we
it
did.
together.
Yeah.
And then we played Alabama. They, rolled
Yeah.
us by 50 with Manti Te'o, so that didn't matter because it's in the trenches. In college football. It's your trenches and your secondary. If you can't cover, you're toast.
You're
we
just
can
gonna
cover.
get torched up
You're gonna get
all
torched
day.
up. It doesn't matter if you have a pass rush.
Yeah.
Notre Dame marrying the pass rush with the secondary and a run game shortens the game up. Super
Helps
aggressive
a lot.
on defense.
Great game plan.
Bringing 5 guys and dropping zone, getting a lot of interceptions, ball hawks on the back end.
Good game plan.
Dude,
I
since
think
Kyle
that's
Hamilton,
good.
since we got Kyle Hamilton and we stole him from the SEC, Marcus Freeman's first year there, probably the biggest recruit that he's ever stolen out of the top 50 in the nation. Dude, our defense has just been – I love Marcus Freeman. What a breath of fresh air this guy is. Holding his players accountable, not afraid to cuss out officials. Like, he will go after people. It's a fire that, like, in a healthy way, because Brian Kelly just yells and screams. This dude does it for a reason. And holds his guys accountable, holds himself accountable. Losing to freaking Bowling Green last year and was like, guys, like, it wasn't the players, it was all me, dude. Like, we did not coach this team well enough. Holds himself accountable before he holds his players accountable. Shout out Marcus Freeman. Notre Dame, probably 5 seed in the college. Right now, there's 4 people were saying.
The 5
But
seed's
because-
going to go to the 5th highest. Right?
Notre Dame won't be in the top. The 5th seed is Notre Dame's seed because the top 4 college,
They're not in.
the conference champions will get the top 4 seed. That's just going to shake itself out.
But it goes to the 5 conference champions. So I think the 5th doesn't get the
We
first round.
can
bye.
overtake the group of 5
That is-
conference.
Notre Dame's not in one.
Yeah,
So
we
they
can.
get it.
The 5th.
So
The 5th seed is the 5th seed is essentially Notre Dame's seed, but we have to play in the first round of the college football playoff.
gotcha. All right.
That's essentially how it works out. If Notre Dame finishes if we finish undefeated, we can get a top 4 seed.
Yeah.
If we finish with 1 loss we're at the mercy of the college football playoff at the 5th or the 10th. We can't be anything lower than 10 and we can't be anything higher than 5. So we're kind of screwed there. We're going to be road warriors. But with this team,
You might be able to.
we can win a game. But if we play Boise State, I don't know.
That would be tough.
I just-
You're worried about how they're going to stop the run?
Well, I'm worried about Austin Genty in the passing game because they use him in screens and slants.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You
just don't want
where
that
if we
guy.
get into if we like we just said, if we get into a shootout with a team and we have to rely on Riley Leonard's arm, I'm not confident.
I wanted to hear your rant on this one next because I've been seeing a lot of rumors going around that Marcus Freeman is top candidate for the Bears job.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I keep seeing it.
I'd be for it because it's the Bears and I love Marcus Freeman, but you go to the Bears, 1, you're an idiot. I don't think
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And then 2, great college coach. What is he gonna be? He's my age, dude.
Yeah.
He's freaking 2 months older than I am.
I think there's just some guys where it's like you're a great coach for college sports. When you try to translate that to the pro level, I just don't think how you're.
Bring it on for my pro team. I
Yeah.
mean, shoe in easy automatic wins.
It's like Saban. Saban was not a great NFL coach.
Dominated
College legend.
I
Not
can't
the
see.
greatest NFL.
I can't see Freeman leaving Notre Dame.
He's-
I think that
Oh,
he's still got.
That's just Chicago media. That's quintessential Chicago media
Oh,
using the flash in the pan success of Marcus Freeman right now. He could be our guy in Chicago. Look over here while we distract you.
I'm sure they offer him, but I'm sure. he
Oh,
doesn't
they'll probably
sign
offer. Yeah. They offered 250 head coaches last cycle.
it. Yeah, I'm sure Marcus Freeman has a brain. But
When
he
that-
won't sign that.
Did
deal.
you guys see that Matt Eberflus was their 5th option at head coach? and they got turned down by 4 guys.
Boys, the Chicago Bears posted a job listing on Indeed to
Right.
apply to be their head coach.
Yeah.
Like it was
Are
only
you a high school?
it was
Come on.
it was only up there for like a day or two, but
Yeah.
Like, thousands of
Yeah.
people applied. And they're like, oh wait, okay.
Because thousands of people could do it. Every Madden player in history, to shout out to go to the segue real quick, not take long, the Thursday night. Everybody who's played Madden in the history of Madden, 30 seconds, you take the sack. You're banging the timeout. High school coach, timeout. Timeout. Nope.
It's
Not the Chicago Bears.
Not the Bears.
Not your what were they calling Caleb Williams? Generational quarterback.
Talent,
Yeah. Hey man, you're not gonna get a playoff, bub. You need 8 yards to get back into field goal range and tie the game. How are you even losing that game to begin with is beyond me. You know, I mean,
That's a win.
I really hope the Lions play against the Bears next Thursday against the Green Bay Packers.
There's 3
We are
division
going
games the
to
Bears
double
should've won.
barrel crack them up, boys, if they play like that.
That's 3 division games in a row that the Bears should have won.
Yeah.
And they lost by 3.
Right.
Well,
Every
2
time.
2 they lost by 3. Packers they lost by
By
1.
one.
But you're losing by less than.
You're losing by a
handful
field
of
goal.
points.
You're losing by a field goal.
Yeah.
3
You're
division
losing by
games that they could have won. They lost by essentially a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, for 3 of them.
Yeah.
Just
Goodness.
dysfunctional.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
as bad. It's awesome. It's just so I can't tell you guys because like every week it's something new with them, and then every week they freaking lose, and I'm like,
They screwed
I'm
up.
not even stressed when I watch it. Like I see fans shout out Connor Burns on TikTok. He's losing his mind. He's a big Bear fan. We've had him on showed one of his clips before. Like, dude, I don't understand
Fortune.
the level of stress that you have to live with on every Sunday watching it. I digress.
Just painful ways to
I
lose.
can't really say much because the Saints coaching job doesn't really look that much of more like appealing.
I did actually have
But
a question for both of you, just because we're not going to get to see one of these guys play this weekend, but Heisman favorite because it's
Yeah.
down between it's between Genty and Hunter. Who do we got? I mean, like just off of last week, Hunter. He had the
I'm assuming
3
Hunter,
touchdown game with an interception, 10 catches.
he's the betting
16.
favorite, I believe.
I'm assuming Hunter too.
Yeah.
Just from
Genty-
playing multiple positions.
He did have the 226 and a touchdown. I'll pull up their stats here real quick for both of them though. I think it's got to be Hunter just because I mean he's like allowed like 200 yards on the season at corner with 4 interceptions and 1 touchdown given up. All on top of having like over 1,000 yards receiving and I think 14 touchdowns. Well, real quick, Genty, incredible season though. Really, he's been just a treat to watch. Shooing for the best running back at least. 2,000, basically we'll just call it 2,300 yards. He's like 12 short of that on 312 carries and 28 touchdowns. And then if we go over to his receiving numbers, he's also caught 18 balls for 102 and a touchdown. So he's having himself an incredible year. But I think it's got to go to Travis just because of what he's able to do on both sides of the ball. Let us know what you guys are thinking in the comments. Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, who's your Heisman favorite?
Yeah, look at
Or
this dude. Right now,
somebody
Travis
else.
Hunter is minus 10,000.
Yeah. So
Holy
Hunter,
crap.
92 receptions, 1,152 yards and 14
Shout out Dylan
touchdowns.
Gabriel being in there, though.
Yeah, he's
Shador Sanders is in the.
in the mix.
Yeah.
And then if we look at his defensive stats this year, 31 tackles. He's got 11 pass deflections. He's forced a fumble and he's got 4 interceptions. And he's just like he does like, but you also look at like nobody throws the ball his way.
Right, yeah.
Like he just deletes the other team's best wide receiver. It's not like he's bad.
that forced
About
fumble is
corner.
the winning game too.
Yeah.
Goal line stand from our defense, and of course it's number 12 going in to make the play.
Exactly.
That's
and he's
Colorado defense is horrible. They can't stop the run. There's no gap discipline. Like that's their shining bright star of
Right.
that defense.
Like,
Other than
unfortunately,
Travis.
Travis Hunter cannot also play down in the box. He's got it covered. But I'm sure if he
Yeah.
could play safety and just sit there and guard the run, it'd be a little bit better against the run. But
Yeah.
he's got to cover the best wide receiver. I think it's got to be him. I mean, he's pretty elite at both positions.
For college football, yeah.
Yeah,
And then the amount of you look at also how many snaps he's playing.
right. The guy's putting up these stats.
He is
and
a
he's
war horse, man.
like 130 snaps a game. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I mean,
There was that. It was a Colorado State game. He played he scored a touchdown on like his 125th snap. Like never happened before in the history of college football.
and it's like it doesn't
Yeah.
look like he gets tired, man. Like he looks
Yeah.
fresh all game.
If he
Well, when
only
you can
goes
take
play-
plays off on defense because nobody's over there, they're not even trying to throw your way. Which I would be interesting. I would really be intrigued to see, like, if Deion didn't go to Colorado and he did go to Florida State, him play. I'm not going to say the Big 12 is nobody. I don't think none of you guys would say the Big 12 is the best conference in college football, nor have the best. I would love to see Travis Hunter because Georgia's not going to be afraid. Texas, dang sure ain't gonna. They're chucking it all over the field. I would really like to see him play against some of the more elite, top tier wide receivers in the nation.
just the ones where like this guy can match up.
Good on good. You
Let's
know what I
just
mean?
see
Good
what
quarterback,
happens.
good wide receiver. Okay, go out there and stop him.
Yeah, let's just see what happens on this play. We're gonna test him a few times.
Yeah.
Because if they can get some film on you, then you're done for the
You're
season.
done. Right.
They're
You
gonna
know.
torture you.
But
on
as far as
that
Heisman,
play.
I think it's shoe in.
Exactly.
I think even for like the last couple weeks, it's been shoe in Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
If he goes to the NFL to only play one position, this is just the best training for his
Totally.
Right.
stamina.
I mean,
Yeah.
He's gonna be able
No,
to
that's
run
true.
for- he'll be fine in the NFL on
Like
one side of the ball.
the question
Yeah,
There's
is
so
like,
much.
are somebody going to take him because they need wide receiver help or because they need corner help?
That's a good
That's
question. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars with the 1 overall,
If you're taking him, he's got to.
you gotta be a DB because you need defense, and then you can sprinkle him in there, wide receiver,
Yeah,
get
bring
some
him in.
packages.
I mean, at the very least, like because he can just be eye candy.
Right.
He's going to
Put
draw
him in motion.
Like, because honestly, if I'm an NFL team, if I'm bringing Hunter in on offense, like 90% of the time, the ball's not going to him.
Right.
Like I'm just bringing him in motion.
Decoy.
Yeah, decoy, like make it seem like we're trying to set up a screen or something for him. And like,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I got
Get the ball
my
in that
running
guy's
back
hands early.
going the other way, and
Just
then
get the ball in his
eventually,
hands early.
like teams are going to stop keying in on him, and then that's when you hit him, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden, he's got these one-on-one matchups.
Yeah.
But then he can just lock down, go out there and probably lock down, a lot of teams' number ones.
He is kind of small for the DB position too. He's
I-
not the biggest guy,
Yeah. I think it's just what helps though
Yeah.
is he knows how to run the route.
and he's a dog.
yeah.
There's just something to be said, like when a dude's just like tougher than football.
Exactly.
Because Jair's not the biggest guy, but he just goes out there and bullies dudes like when he's healthy, and he can just rely on his skills because he doesn't have to worry about his injuries. It's like, dude, there's nobody in the league that's better than this dude. He can lock down. He can play inside, outside, back quarter, man to man, bump and run, whatever you want him to do, he can do. Cover backside, 1-on-1.
He's one of those guys
Yeah.
that's just gonna want it more.
Yeah.
On most reps.
I think so, man. Yeah, it's gonna be intriguing to see Travis Hunter at the next level for sure. We're gonna be here for it until the final whistle.
It will be. We'll have to do something for the draft this year.
Absolutely. I don't like
We'll have a couple mocks.
I
Maybe.
don't like looking at mock drafts until after
After
at least the
national
college football
championships. Yeah.
season's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you, man.
Because it shifts so much. Because I mean, you think about like last year. I'll just use JJ McCarthy as an example real quick, where he went from, not even like
Not drafted.
like undrafted to maybe like a 5th or 7th rounder to second or third to top 15 pick.
Yeah,
And it was like, what even happened?
that was a reach pick by Minnesota, if you
Yeah.
ask me. Dude, did you see some of it? Like, I know he had a decent preseason, but like, there was some stuff coming out of practice, like from NFL Network, that was like, oh yeah, he has to sit. Watch. He's not playing this year.
I didn't really
You know.
think they were going to draft a quarterback either.
I definitely saw them drafting. I mean, their defense is old, man. They're getting up
Yeah.
there in age, dude,
Yeah,
and they are in cap. They're coming up to it against the cap too.
Yeah.
You know,
You got all these offensive guys you got to pay.
Yeah, Chavez isn't going to be cheap. Addison's probably going to fetch a pretty high
I would imagine.
Pretty
price
penny for
too.
I mean, he's not going to be the top two, but he's still going to
Like,
crack
are
your
you-
bank account pretty
Yeah.
good.
I mean, and then like also like, are you going to want to be able to pay T.J. Hawkinson? Another team might be willing to pay him.
I think you could let him go and draft that. I've never viewed
Yeah.
T.J. Hawkinson as somebody that you can't replace, especially with the tight end position in college football. Like there's always guys.
Yeah.
There's always
As long
guys.
as you don't take him in the first round, because first round tight ends
Yeah,
very
it's-
rarely work out.
So that mean like
Besides Brock Bowers, Brock Bowers been pretty good.
yeah,
Was Gronk a first round pick?
Gronk was not. He was a
No,
third
He was a
rounder.
third round pick. Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft 5th rounder. No big deal.
George
South
Kittle
Dakota
was
State.
like a fourth rounder. Mark
Kittle
Andrews,
was a fourth.
third
Mark-
rounder.
Exactly.
Kelsey was a fourth rounder.
4th or 5th, I want to
Well,
say.
it shows where they go.
Yeah.
Like,
It does matter where they go to.
Jackrabbits and Gronk went to Arizona.
Arizona.
Kelsey was a
went to
Bearcat.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's like doesn't really
There's
matter your
systems there.
school.
Notre insert Notre Dame wide receiver here.
Yeah.
2nd, 3rd rounder. You know, going back to like
Kittle
Kyle
was
Rudolph.
Iowa.
yeah, Kittle went to Iowa. You know, that's also another tight end product. You know, Hawkinson went there. Laporta went there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
tight
Tight
end
end
university.
That's kind of tight end you.
Iowa. Tight end at Punter University. Man.
Yeah. Shout
Like,
out.
You need some freaking killer gunners, man. Go to Iowa.
Yeah.
'cause They're just on the field.
Or offensive lineman, dude.
Yeah.
Offense,
Honestly.
dude, there's been so
have-
many offensive linemen come from Iowa, dude.
Yep.
Countless.
Or just anyone on defense.
Boys, just getting a notification. Taysom Hill will be out for the year.
Yeah, you see, you got taken out on the stretcher.
No, I didn't see that.
You got carted off in the fourth quarter.
Oh man.
Killer. I'm watching my whole team pass
Wah,
away on
wah,
the field.
wah,
And the
wah.
Saints. Everyone been playing the world's smallest violin.
You
for
kept
the
that.
Yeah.
49ers. You kept that game
But-
close, dude. Against the Rams, brother. Kept
That-
that game close.
If the whole team wasn't on the freaking IR, man,
Yeah,
the Saints are legit this year.
I mean, you're like negative 90 million in cap space, and it's all going to like hospital bills.
Yeah, it's all going to hospital bills this year. We're not even paying the salary.
You got to keep this interim coach around in some form or facet. I think
He's got to stay.
the boys play for the guy.
Same
yeah.
with Kubiak.
I like.
Same
I like
with
it.
Kubiak.
Yeah,
I
Kubiak
like
stand.
Kubiak.
Kubiak
I like
stand.
Rizzi. They're playing. They're honestly. We are only winning games so they can get a job next year.
Yeah.
We beat those. Once they were like interim guy, we'll win 2 in a row and kind of rally. 'Cause even he was saying like he feels like he brought the swag back, and I mean, come on now.
You kind of did. You've been
We-
playing some good football, man.
We had the dome hyped over freaking missed field goals.
Yeah.
Like he's a special teams coach. He loves that. He's
Yeah.
gonna get anyone hyped for that.
Yeah.
He was injuring himself, celebrating a win. Come on now.
Clogging
That's our
toilets,
guy.
dude.
That's our guy.
Let's go.
Right. Hey, Infinity, appreciate you tuning in. Definitely go to a game.
Yeah.
There's just
definitely.
something about being at a sporting event, the energy there. Especially college sporting event. Those are you just can't beat the energy of all the fans and alumni and students there. It's something else. All right, boys, we've been running for a while. Before we head to break, though, we're gonna run it down. Let's do conference championship predictions for every game. We'll start
I
with CUSA, Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State.
Give me Jacksonville State and the
Okay.
Fighting Rich Rats.
We'll take them there too, yeah. And maybe they wanted Western Kentucky, maybe that's why they let them win. All right, UNLV, Boise. I'll go on Boise here.
Going Boise also. I don't think this will be an upset.
Yeah, no.
I don't think they're gonna win it by as much as you think, Jimmy, but I think they're gonna pull it
That
off.
was an exaggeration. I think I said 3 touchdowns. I don't think
Oh, that'd be crazy. UNLV's pretty good,
they are pretty good.
but that's gonna be a dogfight. But I think Boise will come out on top. All right, Tulane versus Army. I'm actually gonna go with Army here.
That's right.
Yeah, we got to go.
Got
Army.
to.
Got
Army.
Maybe
gotta
he
go
didn't
Army.
make it.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't make it. We got to go
I
with
know,
one of the service
I'm
schools.
mad. They won their last game though. Navy did. They
Yeah.
get close. They needed Tulane to lose, but they didn't.
It was really close.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Really
Tulane did lose to last week to Memphis.
Oh, but they got a better.
They had the tiebreaker.
Tulane.
They
Navy
didn't have them.
Tulane,
Navy
they
lost.
clinched it like 2 weeks before the end of the season.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm going Army though.
Yeah,
Shout out
let's
to
go
service
Army.
academies.
Shout out Army.
Represent our armed forces there. In
Let's
the,
go.
in the bowl season.
Military Broadcast Radio.
All right, Iowa State, Arizona State. I think we're all going
Arizona State. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're
It's
just
been a while since they've been like at the top. Well, like I wouldn't say they're a top program, but they're number one in the conference.
Iowa State also, they just make they make a lot of games closer than they need to be. That's why they dropped too, where it's just like dumb mistakes. Their QB back, I think, is a little turnover prone sometimes too.
Yeah.
Arizona State, they just seem much more tight knit, more buttoned down. Like they're operationally very sound, a lot less dumb mistakes and stuff like that. And yeah, Kenny Dillinger, he's got a fire in that head coach. So I think that is really good for that team. Miami of Ohio versus Ohio in the MAC championship.
Give me Ohio, man. Miami of Ohio is a freaking joke, dude.
I think I'm going to go with Ohio too.
They have a losing record against the spread, and I think they've just they're one of the worst teams. I've talked about them since when we first started doing this show. They are a freaking joke, but because the MAC conference is just so down. We've previewed Kent State, how bad they are, Toledo, how bad they've been. Some of these topper teams in the MAC action.
Hey, Toledo beat an SEC school.
Who would they beat? Kentucky?
Mississippi
Oh
State.
no! Okay. Get out of here with that. I in Ohio being the underdog, plus 122 on the money line, 2.5 point neutral site field, but road favorites. I got to go Ohio here. I just got to go Ohio here. They're better against the spread. They're 8-4 against the spread, and they're also 8-4 on to the over, so they can score points with anybody.
Yeah. Oh, I think here's the thing: is Miami of Ohio, their offense been.
It's one of the worst.
Yeah, no
Crazy
It is
terrible.
literally one of the worst college offenses.
They got carried by their defense here.
Yeah.
And I think Ohio's got the ability to turn this into a track meet. Miami of Ohio does not have the ability to keep up with them.
No.
All right, let's go Georgia versus Texas.
Good game,
got
boys.
this.
Good game.
Intriguing stuff here.
I know.
Rematch. Georgia kind of dominated Texas last time these two teams met. What are we thinking here? Does Arch Manning play?
That was my prediction. I think that Texas is going to go down early. It's going to look bleak. Arch Manning is going to come in and just clutch it up. I got a feeling, man, that the young kid is just going to get an opportunity this playoffs for Texas. And I think they're going to give him the reins.
This game's in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, it's in Atlanta.
At the
Basically-
Falcons Stadium.
Basically being a home game for Georgia.
Come on, Arch.
Yeah.
Come on, Arch. Give me
That
the
turf,
Longhorns.
man. Wild things happen in that turf.
I
It's hard for me to pick it right now. I'm looking at the matchup, man.
want to believe in Texas, but I think Georgia's going to beat them.
Georgia is 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games. Texas is 9-1 against the spread in their last 10 games.
What's that one loss that was against Georgia?
Their one loss was against Georgia.
This
They've covered every game except Georgia. Georgia's been awful against the point spread. This point spread is 2.5, so a field goal game. I kind of agree with that. Essentially a pick.
is it 2.5 in Georgia's favor?
2.5 in Texas's favor.
So
Georgia is the
Texas
underdog.
is Texas is the favorite.
You can get plus 120 on the money line right now with Georgia, which is making it like, man, dude, because they won the first matchup and now they're underdogs.
This is
Time travelers, bro.
this
I'm
is the
telling you,
toughest
it's
to-
a real thing. People don't believe me. It really is, dude.
I'm
Come
thinking
on.
I have to go with Georgia.
But K-Man made a great point about Arch Manning. It's like he's the best quarterback on both teams. I think we can say that. I mean, I know Quinn Ewers is there, whatever, Brock Ewers, whatever his name is. No, but that's the thing. I don't even know his name. You're meaningless. Get out of there. Put in our.
I think the young kid's going to get a chance this postseason for Texas.
Georgia did bully up Texas' offensive line. These
That's
two
where Georgia
both these
came.
defensive lines are awesome.
Nasty.
That's where Georgia wins almost every
And I
game.
think whoever runs the ball better, I probably got to go Georgia, dude.
I'm sticking with Georgia.
I got to go Georgia just because they're the underdog, dude. And, underdogs in these games are just, dang near undefeated.
Underdogs, and you both have won.
And an underdog, this is a national championship favorite.
Yeah, they got
Pretty
one,
much,
one and
yeah.
2 losses. So
You know,
this is
We're pretty conflicted on this one. What do you guys think? Georgia,
yeah, give us-
Texas.
yeah,
drop a
us in-
comment.
drop us in the
Let
comments.
us know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to the Sun Belt now. Marshall, Louisiana. Give me the Thundering Herd.
The
I like it. I
Thundering
think they just
Herd.
got some momentum.
I like Marshall
they're-
too. 5-point underdogs plus 180
There you
free
go.
on the money.
They went into James Madison and rallied some ballsy play calling there to take the win there on the road.
what a sell job by the Saints. Heck no. Heck no. Well, now we need to sell.
Yeah.
Now we need to sell.
So we got Jimmy's Marshall on Marshall. What about you, K-Man?
I got Marshall too.
Marshall,
here.
well, all right.
We're going Thunder and
Thunder
Herd,
and Herd.
baby.
Let's
Even
roll
though I
with
like
it.
the Raging Cajuns, that's a cool name.
All right, Penn State, Oregon for the Big Ten championship. Like I said, if Penn State can really control possession and run the ball and go on some long, sustained drives and keep Oregon's offense off the field, they have a shot. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to really happen. I'm going to go with Oregon. I think they're just the better team. Penn State, we look at who they played this year. I mean, their one tough opponent was Ohio State,
And
right?
they lost.
So they really good with that. Yeah, they lost. It wasn't like Ohio, blew them out by any means, but they didn't really look that great. USC took Penn State down to the wire. I guess they did beat Illinois, but that was a home game. And Oregon beat both of those teams. They,
Yeah,
close
Lucas
one
Oil
against
Stadium.
Ohio State, and then they kind of crushed Illinois. So
I probably got to go Oregon here.
yeah,
You know what?
Ducks I think are just better.
Franklin.
James
Coach
Franklin
it's
stinks.
time to do it. Can you win a big game for Caveman? Because I'm
No.
picking your boys.
Oh,
I'm picking
man.
Pennsylvania State.
Oh,
Come
man.
Come on, Penn State. Come on now.
Man.
All
I wanna
right,
go with some
Does
upsets
if
here.
Penn State loses, are they out of the college football playoff?
I mean, because they're still going to be like a.
If they're
Because that'll be their third loss, right?
That'll be their second.
That'll be their second.
Yeah, they're 11-1. So the new rankings haven't come out yet. They come out
Yeah,
tomorrow.
they're 11-1.
That's what sucks too. Why
they're-
can't you drop the fucking rankings on Monday?
Exactly. So we
Gotta
don't
wait
even know
till
what everyone.
Tuesday to see these.
We don't even know what everyone's going to be ranked. I imagine top 3. though.
Because they also come on TV during Monday Night Football time slot because they come on at
Oh,
7.
yeah.
So they probably don't want to compete with Monday Night
True.
Football.
That makes sense. All right. Well, I think we're all going Oregon here. Last game before we had to break. ACC championship. SMU versus Clemson. Who do we got here, fellas?
SMU 2.5-point underdogs.
I'm going.
Minus 130.
I'm going with the Mustangs. I feel like this is a kind of a game for Clemson to come in and overlook SMU, and I think they can.
That's why I'm picking SMU. You just disrespected the Saints, and then you type Clemson baby in all caps, Kyle.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Oh,
picking
Kyle.
SMU. Southern Methodist.
Come on, man.
Southern Methodist. Come on, boys.
I'm actually riding with Kyle. I just don't think SMU has seen a team that's going to play as physical as
That's
Clemson is.
That's
They have not seen the athletes that Clemson has. I mean,
Clemson's had to play some real
But
tough teams.
I really haven't gone with an upset in the Power 5 conference, and this is the one I'm going with.
and it's
because
plus
the ACC is
115 on the
gonna be-
money line, man. On BetMGM, it's my favorite book. I have my book linked to this, so it's like it just shows me my BetMGM numbers. So that's what you're seeing right now on your right hand part of your screen. I mean, plus 115. Clemson, yeah, dude. I mean, they're 3-8 to the over under on the season, which but they're 9-3. So it's like they can not score points and still win games. Can SMU win a game where they don't score? Because this defense is going to be probably the best defense that SMU's played all year.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Clemson has been
SMU.
extremely soft this
I mean,
year, but we're
yeah.
kings of the
Cal,
ACC.
Virginia, BC, Pitt, Duke, Stanford. Come on. TCU. I mean, probably their best team they've played all year.
I mean, they didn't beat Louisville. Louisville beat Clemson.
That's true.
Bear in mind with that.
Yeah, that's something to take into consideration.
I was going to say that, but
At Louisville, so that's a tough
Yeah.
place. This is a neutral site. So,
definitely. I don't know.
we'll
I
see.
feel like Clemson could just ease,
because we know there's going to be upsets. So
Yeah.
not all the favorites are going to win. You know,
I
you just
think
have to
this
pick
one
your,
has
pick
just a
your
really
spot.
good possibility because Clemson, despite having a worse record, is the favorite. They probably think that we're better than SMU. They just got here with a soft schedule. They might come out of the gate kind of lackadaisical and then get caught, get hit. That's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm predicting. I think this could be the big upset amongst the Power Four conferences.
Power Four, yeah.
That one's gonna be a fun championship. That's
I think it'll
probably
be a good game. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't even
December
think
7th, 6 o'clock
with
our
it-
time, boys.
with the SEC, I don't even think you can call whoever wins that
Bank
an
of
upset
America
because
Stadium.
it's like
Yeah, that's
Either
true.
way.
What's
it's like-
Bank of America Stadium?
oh
Oh,
Bank of that's
B of A Stadium.
I think that's Panthers.
Oh, it might be Panther Stadium. Yeah.
I was gonna say the Vikings, but that doesn't sound right.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I
that's
think it might be Carolina Stadium. Yeah. Okay.
Panthers. Yeah.
Panthers.
All right, so
Okay.
the NFC South be providing a lot of stadiums. You got Atlanta's, got the Panthers. I wouldn't even be surprised if
You guys hold bowl games and stuff at the.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Sun Belt's at the Superdome.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, man, because we can't put together a win in there anymore, man.
For some reason, the MAC championship is at Jerry World.
What?
The MAC championship
I thought
is
that-
at Jerry World.
That's where the
What?
Big Ten's supposed to be.
Yeah, they got both of them.
No, the Big Ten's at the Colts Stadium. It's at
Yeah,
Lucas Oil.
Whoa.
The Big Ten. I'm talking. Oh.
Oh wait, I'm thinking Big 12.
Yeah.
So they just took the Big 12 out of Jerry World because Texas.
No, it's
and-
still there. It's at AT&T Stadium.
So they just have both games there. Well, that's kind of cool.
No, but they're on the same day. That can't be right. No,
That's crazy.
the Mac's at Ford Field.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. Not too far. Over in Michigan.
And that isn't Army like
Yeah,
they're
this is
hosting,
wrong.
aren't they hosting Tulane? Like it's weird. And they're like Vichy Stadium. That's Army's, right? Anybody?
Mishi Stadium.
That's where it says it's at.
I've never heard of Mishi Stadium. Could be like one of those obscure semi-pro stadiums that are like baller or something.
No,
Campus of U.S. Military Academy in West
Okay.
Point.
so that's where Army gets to host their conference championship.
That's cool.
That's
Have
kind
it
of
at the house.
That
All
is
right.
cool.
We've been going for a while. Let's go ahead and hit a quick break. Then we got a lot of NFL action to break down. Another crazy weekend. Thanks for listening till the final whistle. We're going to be back after this short break. And we had the door open that whole time.
I know. I was gonna get up and close it, but I didn't want to be like
I think I kept like looking over there and like I saw that it was open, but until we went on break, I didn't even process what it was. Are these chips for us, boys? I think so.
Oh, those are for the Christmas baskets.
Oh, never mind. No, listen.
There's a couple more bags on there behind that.
I know. I don't like those purple bags.
Sweet chili.
Yeah. I know you're kind of done in fantasy, but anybody else have any grievances they want to air out about their fantasy team?
I'm toast in fantasy, brother.
I'm like it.
I'm running fucking. Like, I've already sold off all my players in my Navy League, and I have 3 fucking wins. And my team is toast, and I already had CMC, and just put them up for auction. And my boy gave me a $25 gift card to fucking Total Wine and More. And I traded him fucking CMC for the running back from, the backup running back from Houston. What's his name? Yeah, Gumbawale for CMC. And then my buddy was pissed last night, and he was like, send me back my gift card, because CMC obviously is done for the year now. So now I have a Goomba Wale, and I'm going to try to trade him back a Goomba Wale for another, because he's like a liquor salesman. And I was like, send me another $25 gift card to Total Wine and More, and I'll send you back a Goomba Wale. I have nobody, dude. I'm running like a total fucking F roster.
Yeah. It's getting rough out there.
Although I do have Jordan Love in my quarterback because I refuse to sell him.
Dude, being said, this week, I'm gonna be the second highest score this week, and
We're coming back.
it's a bloodbath. Like, there's gonna be like basically one person 11-2, like one guy that's like 4-8, and then everyone else is like either like 5-8 to like 7-6.
That one's been competitive at least. With close games.
Boys, got breaking news. So
Breaking news! You are
something
looking live at breaking news.
has nothing crazy major, but Missouri wide receiver Luther Burden III is going to skip Missouri's bowl game and enter the NFL draft.
No idea who that is. Breaking news until the final whistle.
He is
You are
probably
looking
one
live.
of the
Shout out NSS. Shout out MBR.
top receiver prospects, apparently.
Top receiver prospect. Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, good for him.
3-year career at Missouri.
Yeah, good for him.
So,
Right on.
guess doesn't want to play in the bowl game. He just wants to stay healthy for the draft.
We just touched
Can't
on
knock
all
it.
the college football last couple of weeks, boys. College football's elite. We still got top plays that we're going to get to show some of these awesome college football.
There's
There's
got plenty more.
some
Greg.
studs. Yeah, we got plenty more. We're going to touch on some NFL real quick, some breakdowns over the weekend, all the games.
So I'm going to take this back to Friday. Black Friday football.
We're going to
Chiefs
skip
versus the
Thanksgiving.
Raiders. Well, I guess
Skipping
we can
Thanksgiving?
go to Thanksgiving. All right.
I'll just run. I just wanted to run down
You
the
want
scores
to
for
make
Thanksgiving.
fun of the days more. That's what you
You
want.
No,
can't
I'm not
skip
gonna.
that.
Yeah, I mean Detroit on Thursday, Thanksgiving Turkey Day. Chicago Bears crap down their leg like usual. They lose 23-20. The Giants and the Cowboys sleeper game, absolutely awful game. This game took 5 hours and 45 minutes to complete. Absolutely painstaking. 0 points by the Cowboys in the fourth quarter. Doesn't matter. They win 27-20. The Green Bay Packers. I said on TikTok, I gave out a Turkey Day sports bet on Till the Final Whistle page on TikTok. I said bet Green Bay big. They won big. They won some Black Friday shopping for you, and that was the Thursday games. I mean, the Chicago Bears. Did you see this real quick? I just want to touch on this point, Mercury. The Chicago Bears let Matt Eberflus give the press conference post game. They let Matt Eberflus give the press conference on Friday, previewing the next week's game against the San Francisco 49ers.
Where he said,
and
"Yeah,
then they fired him.
I think we'll be."
They let, because they're too cheap to pay somebody else to go up there and do it for them. Last thing as a head coach is he's up there as a lifeless head coach. You know you're getting fired. And in their history, Mercury, this is the first time the Chicago Bears have fired a coach mid-season. That's how bad it is. And of all the coaches that they've had that should have been fired mid-season, going back decades now before, I mean, these guys are just babies. You guys weren't even alive yet when they've had, some of these dudes coaching their teams where it was Dave Wannstedt, dude. Have you even heard of that guy? I do. Dude. And they allowed it.
Huh?
Dude, I'm not even lying to you. They made like one of those wrestling figures of Dave Wannstedt and strung him from a bridge in Chicago. That's how bad he was. Okay. That's how bad of a coach he was. He won like 9 games in 3 years. And they didn't fire that guy mid-season. And then they let this guy go on TV and talk about the Chicago Bears whenever they want. Absolutely clueless organization. First time ever. Glad they did it. But it's just the same crap owner hiring the same crap coach. It's the same problem over and over and over. I digress.
I'm sure
Here's some
whoever
other
they
fun
bring in
breaking
will not.
news. Stanford star Andrew Luck is returning
Yeah,
to
saw
Stanford
that.
to be the football program's general manager.
Oh, right.
These
That's
programs
cool.
turning into pro teams now.
really
You know, they need a football general manager. Your AD is not good
People
enough.
on
You need
salary.
somebody who's a football player to run the football
Stanford
program.
has not been good for a while, so need to try to get them back into the good graces.
Are they still in the Pac-12 or are they in the Big Ten?
They're
They
in the
moved into the
ACC.
ACC.
Oh my
Them
gosh,
and Cal.
we got to do something. College football. That's too much, man.
Yeah,
That's doing too much.
Not so much the Atlantic Coast anymore.
No.
If you're adding some teams on the opposite side.
That
of the
travel schedule. I mean, you're not set up for success. Even if you have Andrew Luck and you get some good guys in there, you're going across the country at least 4 times.
country, it's gonna be tough.
exactly.
That's really hard on your guys that way. But they need a good GM like Andrew Luck, and they need a good coach.
Yeah.
You need somebody that people are going to run through a brick wall for.
Yeah.
That's how you can handle those 4 cross country games a year. At least come out and win like 2 or 3 of them.
And get
Those are huge.
and get some Palo Alto business money and get a baller plane. Get one of those baller plane where it's like, all right, yeah, you're flying across country, but you know, you're living in the lap. So this isn't like you're flying middle seat and coach on his Spirit.
It might be the size of a Boeing 747, but the entire thing's first class.
First class,
So,
yeah.
You know, you can have
We'll
half
see.
the
At
team.
the very
on
least, charter a flight. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole football team packed into a commercial flight. That's going to be not a good travel experience for them.
And then to rewind, Friday Night Football,
Yeah.
Vegas versus KC Mercury. KC somehow again, by the hair on their chinny chin, brother,
It's the voodoo match.
We got to talk
sneaked by
about
19 to
this
7.
play.
The ending
because-
was bull crap, dude.
Bull jack.
Total horse crap, right? It's an absolute
Shannon Sharp.
100% false start on the center.
Not
Nobody-
even close.
Yeah,
Mercury.
The Raiders aren't even set. O'Connell's looking around and he snaps the ball. A ref, he's blowing the play dead, running and doing this. Like, oh, it's a false start. It's a false start.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, it's a false. O'Connell fumbles the snap. The Chiefs recover it. They're talking about it, and then they're like, actually,
Actually,
it was a
There was
legal
n-
formation.
there was no false start.
Yeah, it's just a legal formation. The play stands. Chiefs get the ball.
The right
Game
guard
over.
wasn't even in his stance, and he's pointing to a guy on defense like that's who he's picking up his assignment or something.
Yeah, they weren't ready.
I
No.
like
That wasn't. Nobody was set in a formation.
the
Your quarterback's looking off to the sideline. Like,
And they were going to lose that game.
Yeah.
They were going to lose that game. They had no business winning that game. Kansas City Chiefs.
Like the
Oh.
one game Aiden O'Connell wants to play like a starting quarterback.
They have the worst point differential of any 11-1 team in NFL
Really,
history. Like, it's
Really, though.
it's ridiculous. They haven't had like really one single win where I was like, wow, they were dominant and they, you know, deserve to win that game.
They beat the crap out of the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints, that wasn't that close, actually. I guess I'll give you that. The Niners kind of got smacked by them, too. But besides that, I mean, every game, you're like, wow, they really had a chance to lose that, and then they didn't.
Yeah.
Just,
The
I don't
most
know.
fraudulent freaking
Oh,
fraudulent.
team I've
They're
ever
5-7
seen.
against the spread.
Yeah.
They have a losing record against the spread. Their average point margin is a touchdown.
yeah.
You know what
they've
I mean?
been at more one-score games than
Then
I've ever seen a
Yeah.
team with that record.
they're winning by 3. You know, they did cover the 6-point spread against the Chargers, winning 17-10. Ooh.
Wow.
Right.
Ooh. Hey,
Barely.
you guys know
sneaking by
who plays next week? Chargers Chiefs.
Sunday Night
Is
Football.
this going to be the turn of the tide where Voodoo Magic? I mean, because if there's a guy who's going to take down Voodoo Magic, it is the freaking Harbaugh, dude.
It's freaking hard.
It's freaking Harbaugh, caveman. I mean, I don't know what anybody needs to know. He's not going to be in there and be afraid of no Patrick Mahomes.
no. Or
And that's what you need to be. That's what you need to have on your team. And a middle finger, you know, to the other squad, like we're playing for nothing. They have all the pressure. You know what I mean? It's going to be a fun game, dude. Sunday Night Football, man. We're
I'm
going to be
excited
here
to
for
see
it
it.
till the final whistle.
I
That
think-
Monday show is going to be. Tune in next Monday
Yeah.
after that. That's going to be
Well,
a great breakdown.
unfortunately, Jimmy, just as somebody that's been rooting on the Chiefs' downfall for years now, what we'll probably be doing on this show is complaining about how they got bailed out.
How they got
By
bailed
shit-
out again.
Crappy ass
I
bull
like
crap
it.
call.
I like it.
You know, in the fourth quarter, that basically gave them the win. I just cannot think of another team that has so many examples of getting a call going their way.
Yeah,
Like it's just nuts.
yeah, dude.
I,
Like everything, dude.
I've never-
Supernatural things where it's not even the players. Like this isn't just because Patrick Mahomes is a better player.
he's having his worst
It's a
season I've
horrible
ever
He's really
seen.
he's been super mid his whole life. He's just had the best team and the best system around him.
Yeah.
I've never watched Patrick Mahomes since his rookie year. Like, I'm super afraid of that guy. I've been more timid of playing Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson than Patrick Mahomes.
When you played Mahomes and the Chiefs, you were just scared of like what Tyreek
How many
Hill was
weapons
gonna do,
they have,
you
too.
know, or like
And the diabolical play caller in Andy Reid.
exactly
Because his formations, he just runs stuff at you.
because I
You
mean
can't design for it.
you're seeing it. Oh, they don't. You know, Kelsey's kind of old and washed. They don't have the fastest receiver in the NFL, and then just like
Yeah.
Like-
Or
like
who the
that-
heck is Isaiah Pacheco?
right, that like they're
Where is he?
He's not even starting on
I mean, it
3/4
was
of
like
the NFL.
even behind Tyreek Hill, you had guys like McCole Hardman who was just blazing speed.
Yeah.
Like it was just like speed all
In
over
his
the
prime,
place,
yeah. Yep.
Exactly. So it was like oh well, you cover Kelsey and Tyreek, and then all of a sudden, they got some guy flaring out, and he's just like he can run 700 miles an hour, and
Right.
he just gashes
Yeah.
you like
Yeah. It really is system and scheme.
it
And
is.
then obviously having a weak division in the prime of his career helps too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Where
if
you're
you're just
really not
walking through
having
the
any
NFC
competition
West.
and you're just chilling. And then the Bills are going to shoot themselves in the foot. We've seen Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's 2-4 in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like if you just don't mess it up against the Kansas City Chiefs, like all these teams are, what's the underlying? The other team messes it. Like they do something to shoot themselves in the foot
Right.
to lose a game. It's
It's
not
always-
the Chiefs winning.
It's always like they get like there's a penalty on them or a dumb turnover. It's just there aren't very many games you watch of the Chiefs where you're like, wow, they won that game. You're like,
Yeah.
wow, the other team lost this game.
Right.
So
Yeah.
frustrating.
And
It
and
needs to
like
stop.
Stink has said, shout out Stink, ex Broncos player. Like he said, man, he's like, I've seen this happen before. These teams that just get like they just somehow like they go in 14-2, whatever it is, and they go in the first round of the playoffs and they lose because then they're going to play a team with, now you're playing a team that's desperate, but they're probably going to get a first round bye. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I mean, Buffalo, they're right there. They drop a game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be interesting then to come down the stretch. A lot of football left. dude.
We do have
A lot of
Christmas
football
Day.
left.
People are calling it the Voodoo Black Magic Bowl because people do say that about Mike Tomlin, like how he always has a winning season, despite just
Good
like,
football coach, I guess.
this terrible teams around him. So they're like, who's
Yeah. He's
who's-
won 9 games with Duck Hodges as his quarterback.
We're gonna find out in the Black Magic Bowl. But let us know what you guys think. But I mean, you watch the clip. It's just very painfully obvious that the Raiders were not set, and that this should not have been an illegal formation, or it should have been a false start. But they gave the Chiefs the win, and here we are. Another week's gone by, and Kansas City's still on top of the AFC.
Would have been perfect for the Raiders to beat them too. Just the team that everyone's clearly like this. They're losing on purpose.
Yeah.
Like they weren't trying to lose this game.
I mean,
The Raiders wanted to win.
they're running. They're going into Kansas City with an offense spearheaded by Aiden O'Connell, Amir Abdullah, and Jacoby Myers. Like,
Leading rusher was freaking Sincere McCormick.
I love that guy's name, but who the heck is that?
They've won both the Raiders games by 9 points total. They were
God,
they were 8-point favorites and 7.5-point favorites,
that is horrible.
and they lost both those games outright.
That's horrible. This is the one
Or
game
against the
too.
spread.
Aiden O'Connell looked nice, dude. 340
He was
yards, and
making
2
some good
touchdowns.
plays.
Dude, pregame, I didn't even see this. Dude, pregame they were 13.5-point favorites.
I
Always-
expected the Chiefs. I thought the Chiefs were going to
Always pick the underdog in the Chiefs game.
I
mean,
think
they
that's
win,
the
like-
way to go.
They win every game by like 3 points. I swear. Like here, I'll just.
They finished.
They've only won a
Chargers,
game
Cleveland,
by
Houston, Pitt, and Denver.
they've only won a game by 2 possessions
That's a
twice
stretch, man.
against the Saints and against the 49ers. And then I mean, you'll
Chargers.
a lot of 6 point, 1 point, 7 point wins, 3 point wins.
I think Cleveland can beat them, dude.
I mean, I honestly think any team could beat them. They really
I'm
don't
way
seem like that. good of a
not
team.
that good.
Jameis beat him in Cleveland. Come on now,
Yeah.
that would be
I
awesome.
mean, it's just like, can the other team not
Mess
lose
it
to
up.
them? That's really like that's the thing. It's just everybody finds a way to lose to the Chiefs. It's not like the Chiefs find a way to beat you. You know,
Let's check this freaking Chiefs stats here. Okay, this is Mahomes' only game this year without an interception. Very good. And we're on week 14 coming into that now.
Isn't it crazy?
This is the one game that he hasn't thrown an interception.
Dude, he's got about almost 3,000 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, 11 picks.
And Joe Burrow's like setting the world on fire, and they have a losing record.
For
The
the
freaking
he's in there with top plays. He threw like an insane jump pass touchdown
Yeah,
to Jamar Chase, and it's like he's doing all this. And
he's got almost 4,000 passing yards and probably going to break 40 touchdowns, and he's going to finish with like 6 wins.
Now, I gotta say, if the Raiders,
That's
what
crazy.
scares me with the Raiders is if they can put together like even like somewhat of a competent offense and have
They're
just
going to be a dangerous
have
team.
just
dude.
a decent
man.
decent quarterback, Brock Bowers is gonna be a freaking animal. And
Yeah.
so I'm just so upset. I'm
Yeah.
glad we took Bo Nix, but man, does it suck that we're gonna have to go from first the best tight end in the league being our bitter playoff rival
Yeah.
of the Patriots, to then the best
Oh,
tight
yeah.
end in the league being on their bitter division rival of the Chiefs, to now
Yeah.
the best tight end in the league being on their bitter division rival the Raiders. Like
Yeah, that's a good
Brock
point.
Bowers is going to be the best tight end in the league in 3 years' time.
I think so.
Like you,
We'll see within,
yeah.
I mean,
If he stays healthy, 3 years,
Yeah.
we're all going to be unanimously agreeing Brock Bowers
It's pretty
is the
good.
best in the league. That guy's insane.
it's pretty good.
I mean,
He
'cause,
gets
like,
open.
yeah. I mean, like also like Raiders, Devontae's gone. Like,
Right.
Like,
Who else?
who
Jacoby
are you-
Myers?
yeah, who are you going to cover? Brock Bowers is the threat on that offense, and
Yeah.
he's still gashing.
No Josh Jacobs?
No Josh Jacobs. Zamir White's been just
Shout out that
a
guy,
missing
dude.
person.
Shout out that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Josh Jacobs, man.
Well, let's go back to that Packers game. We're going to flash back because I do want to say they did lose. I kind of it wasn't really Tua's fault. Like he didn't really get to quiet the narratives about him
No.
playing bad in cold weather.
I don't think he played all that bad at all.
I mean, he just didn't get a lot of help from his defense or the run game because Tua 37 to
Dude,
46.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Really good completion percentage in that
Yeah.
weather.
Yep.
365 yards and 2 touchdowns. He got lucky on one of those touchdowns where like
Yeah.
the ball got tipped and Tyreek was there.
And we gave up a lot of
Bro.
empty yards in the middle of the field in soft zone.
I benched Tyreek because going into this game, I'm like,
Yeah. That's a good
cold
call.
weather
It's a
against
good
a
call.
good defense. I'm like, I don't think he's gonna have a good game. 20 points and he gets bailed out because he catches the touchdown.
Oh,
Like some,
yeah.
some lucky ass.
Oh,
tip
yeah.
pass
The
like
tip
that.
pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but,
I forgot about that.
yeah. Meanwhile, I've got Zay Flowers in my
Miami
lineup
dominated
just
time possession,
disappearing
too.
after the first
37 minutes of time possession in Green Bay's 26. We just
quarter.
won
They had the ball a lot.
They couldn't even run it.
They couldn't
Yeah,
run
they
it.
had
Third-
that
okay.
much.
We did so good.
39
I'm so happy we stopped A-Chain.
39 yards on the ground. And I mean, it was like, yeah, I mean, you guys just took away Tyreek and what's his name? Waddle pretty
And we
much.
sacked Tua 5 times for
Yeah.
minus 50 yards.
I mean, Tyreek and Waddle, they
That's
had
going to help.
10 catches for like a combined, like 130. And then, Tyreek caught the lucky touchdown. I mean, really, you're like, all right, check it down to A-Chan or like throw it to Johnny Smith. We'll just come up and tackle him. And that was the winning
Miami
formula.
had 10 penalties for 75 yards. Packers had 8 penalties for 70 yards. That is chaos, dude. 18 flags?
It was a sloppy game, yeah.
I mean,
Look,
Johnny
good-
Smith, good game from him.
Yeah, he had a good game. But that's everybody just sort of. Excuse me. They said on pregame, they're like, hey, if there's like a sleeper in this, how our defense plays defense, kind of like a soft zone shell. We're gonna obviously try to take away the running game and Tyreek Hill. We plastered, Jalen Waddle with our guy Carrington Valentine, shout out 7th round draft pick Carrington Valentine, just body bagging, Waddle after he goes off the week before. He shuts him down at man to man.
If you
Middle of that zone defense, because
listen
we're
to
playing
the
zone
Wednesday
most of the time.
I told you Jalen Waddle was the sit of the week.
Yeah, you nailed it, dude.
Oh.
And Carrington Valentine, shout out that guy, dude. He played a great game. 7th round, second-year player for Green Bay. One of the Toledo guys he played with, the Philadelphia Eagles. 1st round draft pick, Quinyon Mitchell there. He was the other side with him.
Right.
Yeah, we drafted him in the 7th round. And shout out him, man. And Jonnu Smith was able to kind of feast.
Right.
He was giving Quay Walker the business
Exactly.
in the passing game. You can't run a tight end with Jonnu Smith.
I think that's
That's okay.
exactly what the Packers
want. It really did play into our
Look,
hand.
You can give Jonnu Smith the ball all you want.
He's not going to beat us.
We're just gonna tackle.
Like
Rally to the ball.
Throw it to him all you want in the middle of the field because a lot of
Yeah.
it was just like he was running these like button hook routes or these like drag routes.
Stop in the zone, ball's going to be.
Like a short dig or short in route, something like that.
Yeah.
Taking
Like,
what
he
the
wasn't-
defense gives you.
Like, I mean, Jonnu Smith is one of the more athletic tight ends we saw.
He is.
He took some of those screens to the house, but
He
when
is.
you're just like getting these short little passes in the middle of the field with that zone shell back there, everything just collapses in on him.
Not
So
enough space.
he's not
It's not
going to
enough
beat you
space.
that way.
Yeah.
You weren't letting Tyreek Hill.
I really liked our defensive game plan for that Miami game.
Exactly. Yeah. It was
Really
great
was
defensive
smart.
game. And then you
Talk
you
about
guys
a breath of fresh air, dude.
guys got up to a big lead. That was it. But
Yeah,
Tua,
that's pretty much it.
he
played pretty good, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
You can't.
I think he was taking what the defense was giving him, and then
Yeah.
just
He needs a run game too, and
when
2
it's
is another
not-
guy that he needs to lead.
when
They
it's
were
that
making it down
cold.
the field.
They
too.
were. Yeah.
Dude, when it's that cold, man, like you need to be able to.
At
run
four,
the
we
ball.
stopped him
Yeah,
on
you
4th down in the red zone
Not,
twice,
not even having 40 yards
Yeah.
of rushing is.
and 2 turnovers. So
Yeah.
You got to be able to pound the rock, man.
All right,
That's what lost him.
going over to some of the Sunday slate, the Colts and the Patriots. Heck
That
of a
was
game,
wild.
actually,
Good game.
man. Drake May
What an
versus Anthony Richardson. Battle of two
25,
young
24
players.
aging.
Shane
Crazy.
Steichen, ballsy man, scores that touchdown, goes for 2. I respect it though. You seeing like
Gotta
how
be
things have
aggressive.
gone around the league, man.
You
Like,
got to be aggressive, dude. He's coaching for his job, I'd probably imagine.
yeah,
Oh my lord, yeah, they got killed on time of possession,
Killed.
on 1st down and yards.
Killed.
Patriots had more penalties than them. Literally,
Yep.
they lost in every single facet of stats,
Except for the point, except for the scoreboard,
points.
which is the only stat that matters, caveman.
Be aggressive at the end of the game if
Gotta
they are
be.
just killing you
Gotta
up
be.
and down the board.
Drake May,
Anthony
24, 32, 38, a pick and a touchdown, not bad.
exactly.
Stevenson, 18 carries for 73 yards. I think they could have been a little bit better, but
59 yards on the ground for Drake May. By the way, he might
Yeah.
break a record that was held by Michael Vick for like most yards per attempt by a quarterback on running plays, or by a player just in NFL history period
Yeah.
Drake
in the
May.
season. Because Vick's record's like 8.7. Like Drake May is averaging 8.9 per rush. That guy's he's going to be good, man. It's just that I don't know if you've seen that picture. It's Drewski wearing the Vince Wilfork
That's his O line.
jersey, and then they just copy and pasted that 5 times in it. But they're like, that's essentially what they got protecting Drake May back there.
Did you see they tried to go for a game-winning field goal from 68 yards?
That
It was
was
like
crazy.
3 yards short.
That was
It-
close.
it was
They
super
almost
close.
had that.
That was only like 3 yards short. That
Yeah.
almost hit.
I
that would have been crazy.
I kind of respect the ballsiness there of the Gerard man.
That's like a freaking Seabass going for like the 71.
70
yard.
and
Oh.
missed it by like nothing too. It was like he barely missed that kick too.
Joey Slot, I didn't know he had that type of leg, man.
Wow, old Joey, dude, got a cannon. I bet his
Missile.
wife loves that, dude. I bet he's right. I mean, just jeez.
Yeah. Another,
His right leg's anything like his
Yeah,
third leg.
no
man.
kidding,
His wife
dude.
is loving it.
Probably loving it.
all right. Well, love the ballsiness out there by Shane Steichen going for the 2-point conversion. With how many teams we saw got sold last week by their kicker, and this week, honestly,
Ravens.
don't even leave it up to them. Over to Atlanta, man. Kirk Cousins and the Falcons, guys.
Remember I said last week, say
Oh.
bye. Say bye to Kirk Cousins.
They're in some trouble
Say bye to
in
Kirk.
Atlanta there.
He almost pulled up the full Jake Delhomme. 5
Yeah.
picks and a pick 6. He almost pulled up the whole Delhomme.
I'm almost convinced that the only postseason football we're going to see there at Atlanta Falcons Stadium is coming on the college
I
level.
kind of agree there, dude. That's a good one.
They're 6-6. You
Bye
look
bye,
at
Kirk.
Yeah.
we look
Yeah,
at the
those-
standings.
Dude, did you
there.
guys see that on the sideline? It kind of came out on through social media, not really anything on the game, where Pettis had his helmet on and he's with one of the offensive coaches reading off the wristband, kind of getting mentally prepared.
Yeah, we might
might
see
be
Michael
getting him ready.
Penix sooner than later.
I think they might be getting him ready. If they lose this next game, dude, like week 14,
I think he's starting this week. I think he's starting this weekend.
I don't think he's going to start.
Who they play?
This is the Minnesota. This is a Kirk Cousins revenge game.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he might actually have a good game.
I
I
need
can't say
need
that.
Kirk Cousins to win this game. I need Kirk Cousins to win this game. I need the Atlanta Falcons to wake up out of their coma. Okay, whatever Kyle is that Kyle Pitts, Kyle Smith, whatever his name is. Buddy.
Tight end.
Can Drake London
Oh, what
catch a
donut.
freaking? What are we doing?
Yeah, like this was like one of the best games Atlanta's defense has played all year.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert couldn't get it going unless he threw it to Ladd McConkey. Herbert had 147 yards passing. McConkey's stat line was 9 catches for $117. Everything was going to McConkey. The Chargers couldn't run the ball, and the Falcons' defense was, best game they've had all year, and their offense just
lifeless.
crumbled. Looked
Lifeless.
lifeless.
7
There's
points
a
in the
lot of
first quarter,
problems in Atlanta.
6 points in the third quarter. both
Also,
teams.
the pick 6 that Kirk threw, that was an awful throw.
Yeah,
Like, terrible read first. Like
yeah.
the guys
And they
just,
dominated the time of possession too.
right. Like
35 minutes to 24 minutes.
You're letting Tarheeb still like an undrafted rookie
4
pick you off
picks,
2
dude.
times.
4 picks.
Right.
And this is a nitpicky stat. It's because I'm a Saints fan talking about the Falcons. But they play in an indoor stadium, the Falcons. It's a dome.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is Kirk Cousins aging a little bit, but he's the first quarterback in NFL history to throw the ball under 35 miles per hour on a pass in a dome.
Really?
Was that on
He
the,
just wasn't getting any heat on the ball.
was that on the pick 6? Because I mean, like that thing,
He did lollipop.
that
thing
just
in.
it flooded out
Fluttered
there.
out
That
there.
could not have been easier.
easier. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Inside.
Like the
the
DB,
fans blew
he-
on the ball.
he's just settling in
AC
his.
was cooking or something.
He knows he's got
Like-
safety help over the top. He's just settling there on the sticks in his zone, and then you just like gingerly toss the ball out there like that, like an
You
old
got to
lady,
get the ball stuck in the guy's
lady
face
throwing
mask.
the football.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like those inside slants where there's more than one guy, stick it in his face mask, dude. Stick it right
There's
in his face
6
mask.
more games and Buffalo's already clinched their division. That's crazy.
I know. Chiefs are in the playoffs. I know the Giants and Raiders are eliminated mathematically. They cannot make it now.
Same with the Jets.
But like I was saying last week, bye Kirk. The
See ya, Kirk.
farewell tour.
See
This
ya.
is it.
I'm gonna look at the rest of Atlanta's schedule here. I mean, the Buccaneers, they have the 3rd easiest schedule remaining in terms of
Mhm.
strength of schedule.
Yep.
Atlanta, you've got the Falcons. Raiders and Giants could be an easy win, and then you got the Commanders. You drop just 2. I mean, 2
Yeah.
games you could drop
Tampa's
there.
got Vegas, Chargers, Dallas, Carolina, and New Orleans in here. And now Carolina, I mean, dude, I wanted to touch on that in a little bit. Dude, Bryce Young is actually playing some freaking-
Revitalization after he got his job back, man.
It
You
was
know,
took
let's-
Andy Dalton
good
taking his
football.
job.
Let's
Yeah.
go to that Panthers game. Why not?
That one
I
was
just want to
sick.
talk about it.
He played good, man.
That was
He's-
actually a great game from both teams.
I would
played
say. I mean,
good.
Bryce Young really was
They had
better
the
than-
lead with 30 seconds left.
Bryce Young
Game went
played
to overtime.
miles better than Baker Mayfield. I would say that.
I would probably say
yeah.
so, yeah.
Bryce didn't really get a whole lot of help from his run game, only 70 yards rushing. Meanwhile, Baker, you got Bucky Irvin just gashing people for $152. Rashad White added in 76 of his own yards. So Bryce Young, he was really having to be the engine for that
And
offense.
Tampa Bay down, wow, 39 minutes of time of possession to 27 minutes. of time.
That's my guy Bucky, man. Putting in work.
Dude,
26 of 46, 298, and 1 touchdown.
how about the corpse of Adam Thielen out there? Just
Oh,
Dude. That
Well,
one-hander,
wild.
that one-hander was
Sick.
sick.
It's
Wait for top play.
It's in top plays. You'll see it, dude.
Chuba Hubbard with
I mean, the way they sold that
hanger.
game, because Adam Thielen made that incredible one-handed catch, and then the very next play, Hubbard puts it on the ground. And like young dude, he leads an incredible game-winning drive, an impeccable like on the run touchdown throw to Adam Thielen with 3 touchdowns left. And then your defense sells it and lets the Bucks get in the like field goal range, like pretty easy field goal range.
I don't know what these coaches are
With
thinking.
30
When you
seconds
kick it out of the back of the end zone, they start from the 30. You only need to get 30
Right.
yards in 30. You have all 3 timeouts in 30 seconds, plenty of time to get 20 yards and kick a field goal.
Yeah, that's an easy field goal.
Right.
You know, I think teams have to be more aggressive.
And then the defense
I
they're
think you'll
coming
see
out
a second
it's-
half
it's
in the playoffs. So it's gonna be a little bit
like the
different.
Panthers again. They're like running like this prevent defense. Like why are like Baker Mayfield's throwing this into the middle of the field like 15, 20 yards a pop. Like his like first pass play coming out of that drive, he hit what's his name, McMillan for like 20 yards, and then boom, they're already at the 50.
Right.
You just need like another 15 really to make it comfortable.
Yeah.
2 timeouts,
Easy. You have plenty of time.
easy. Yeah,
A little 5-yard out because you're protecting the middle of the field.
I would like to see like in a situation like that, not a lot of time left. Send in some
Make
blitz,
them
get-
return the football.
right. Make
That's
them return it.
Return the football because if you make them return it, time starts ticking. And now maybe, there's 26 seconds instead of 30 seconds.
Right. And
And that
Not
last
all that
4
time.
seconds is your field goal.
I'm not saying
So you're forced to
necessarily.
kick a 60-yarder instead of a 45-yarder.
I'm not necessarily saying bring a blitz, but maybe just leave 2 safeties back deep for the deep shot, and keep some guys
Right.
playing in the intermediate, the short passing game, because you're just giving.
Well, their first play out of it was a dump off that went for 20.
right, like you're just
Yeah.
giving them too much easy stuff.
You
They
know,
got down the field. And this was Carolina's defense, like
just
by
having
far
a
their
meltdown.
best game. They got 2 picks on Baker.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there was a fumble earlier in the game for the Buccaneers too. They got, oh my god, man,
Yeah,
they
they-
had so many chances to win this one.
Yeah.
I was rooting for the Panthers this weekend.
Me too, man. When I said in the
I
text,
even
I was
took
like,
the-
30 seconds left. The Panthers win, and the Panthers were leading. Also, they had a 3-point lead with Kansas City, going in like the last 30 seconds of that game, and then Kansas City, sneaks by a last second drive. They kick a field
We
goal
got
and they
a
win.
question
Here
coming
we
in
go.
from Kyle for Jimmy Covers.
What's
My
up,
buddy
buddy?
has a parlay for correctly picking all of this week's games, $4 bet for a 5K payout, and he has the Broncos tonight. Are you cashing out or riding with the Broncos?
He just has to get the Broncos.
Is it like this taking them in the points? Is this the money line?
Yeah.
I think
Not
it's
kinda-
just money line.
Money line?
Oh,
Okay, I do. I look.
I'm letting it ride just because it's the freaking Browns.
yeah.
But this is a trap game
This does
for
feel
the
like a
Broncos.
Jerry Judy revenge game.
This is a trap game for the Broncos. Honestly, it depends on the payout. If a $4 bet and they're going to pay me out $1,000 for a payout, if you can take a cash out or an early payout, moneyline Broncos, yeah. So, man, dude, I don't know. The Monday game, they have extra time to adapt to the. This is a Sunday game at noon where they come in on a Friday and then they got to play a game on a. They've been here since Thursday, and they're playing on a Monday. So their bodies have acclimatized to the altitude now. So it's not like the Broncos have an altitude advantage like at a noon game on Sunday. So
They got a little
if
extra.
he has a
time.
cash out before the Bills game was 23. I would cash that out, brother.
Yeah.
if
would
I-
take that.
I cash that out, Kyle. Tell your boy to cash it out. You can't have the Broncos be the reason why you lose a couple grand. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if an upset does happen, you know what I mean. I don't want to lose out on a $2,000 cash out.
I do still like us in here, but
They
like,
probably have it blocked though because time travelers know who already won this game.
yeah,
I would have taken it last night, honestly.
right. This does feel like a trap game for the Broncos.
It really does, man.
Although I'm going to be there, I have been a good luck charm for the Broncos. But as I mentioned, the Brandon Pern and curse wheel landed on the
Yeah.
Broncos
Oh,
this week,
man.
and the curse wheel's like 10-2 this season.
Oh, no.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
kind of pretty good.
Oh, man.
I would probably take that cash out, Kyle. I'd
That
take that
actually
cash out.
leads
Tell
me
your
into a
boy,
good
tell your buddy to cash that out.
Actually leads me into a good segue here. We're on a little big break on the Sunday matchups. So what am I get into my weekly segment of putting in work.
Putting in work.
Who's putting in
I got
work?
2 guys this week. First one, we're going Titans wide receiver Nick Westbrook-Ikine.
Oh
You know
yeah,
this
that's
guy's
a good
tied
one.
4th for touchdowns right now.
That's a good one, Caveman. I just seen that.
Is actually kind of playing pretty solid.
My buddy on Twitter gave that.
Touchdown
He's
machine.
like, dude, anytime this guy's been an ATM machine.
5th season guy out of Indiana. He's been with Tennessee his entire career too. So like, you give him a quarterback that can just deliver him a safe ball, he's a pretty decent option to be like 2 or 3 guy. He's behind Calvin Ridley right now, so he's perfect like parallel with him. Good speed, great release, and he has pretty sure hands in like one-on-one moments.
Only 20 catches this year for Nick. 8 touchdowns. Off
8
of 20
touchdowns,
catches.
20 catches.
Dude, it's just a
I do have breaking
Threat to
news.
score a
USC
touchdown.
quarterback Miller Moss is entering the NCAA transfer portal. Keep it going, boys.
Ooh,
I mean, he
That's
got
interesting.
benched there, man.
Yeah.
And that's
see who needs a QB.
certainly some things, some bad blood down there in USC. That would make sense. Fresh start. I think if you're a USC, you're probably all right with Jordan Mayama being your new QB.
Yeah, I think he
Definitely, he gave them some more life there late in the season. Kept their bowl hopes alive. They're 6-6, but they're at least still eligible for something. So
They,
who knows?
they also had an insanely tough schedule, USC. For first year switching to a bigger conference like the Big Ten, they had an insanely hard schedule. They played a lot of the top teams.
Well, they opened the year. I mean, they had an SEC school to open the year. They played LSU, Penn State. It was a tough schedule. But sorry, get back to your segment. Who else is putting in work this week, Caveman?
So we've got Westbrook-Ikine, obviously, tied for 4th with 8 receiving touchdowns on the year. Only 365 yards, though. So when he does get the ball in his hands, he's in the end zone.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you're the Titans, you're taking whatever you can get. This is, at this point in the season, is their number 1 guy. Because Cheka Okonkwo just disappeared. Not using him very much in the offense anymore. Tony Pollard's very spotty this year. You're fine. You're taking what you can get. Titans fans, check out number 15. Or if you ever somehow find yourself watching a Titans game, number 15 on the offense will probably put in some work. Next up, this one's for HG. I think he's going to have a huge night tonight. That's Broncos' Zach Allen. This guy's been putting in work. Very good pass rusher, but this is honestly where I haven't really been watching him. He's really good at stuffing the run. And you've seen this all the way back when he was in Boston College. This guy can disrupt a run play like nobody's business. It is huge for Denver. Because that's the bright spot of this team is that defense. When the offense is not having a great day, you're looking at the other side of the ball to see. Because they're keeping themselves in the games with how they're playing on both sides.
I'm happy he's back tonight. We were hurting in the first half of that Raiders game, trying to generate pressure and stopping the run without him in there. He's just he really makes that D line. He really makes everyone around him better because he's been such a force inside for us this year.
Got 5 sacks on the year, 13 and a half stuffs, combining all those for 14 stuff yards. So anytime he disrupts a run play, they're losing a yard and a half, about a yard, which is, I mean, exactly what you need from your defensive lineman. Keep the offense behind the sticks. That's what you need. No, don't let them get any easy first downs. No easy 4 or 5 yard gain chunk plays on runs. And the Broncos have honestly played some pretty good teams this year. I can't even lie. That's a scary team to go up against late in the season. Is this Broncos team now?
Yeah, dude.
I don't want
That's
to face
tough.
them.
I will say
Any playoff games with wild card implications, I don't want to play Denver. Heck no. I especially don't want to come here to play them. It's starting to
Yeah.
get chilly, and these winters
Yeah.
are pretty harsh here too. It's not no
That's
slouch.
a good point.
especially if
Teams are
you're like
ready.
from like the East Coast or somewhere like coastal that's like right at sea level and below sea level. Because I've got an uncle from Jersey that he's come out here. This is during the summer too, and it's just like being right at sea level.
Their schedule.
And then he tried hiking day 1 out here,
Oh no way.
and his whole trip was ruined. He had like altitude sickness the whole
Yeah.
whole rest of the trip because he just couldn't. You can't do that like that much like physical activity at this altitude after you're at sea level. for most of the time. It is crazy. Another note on that Broncos game tonight: Riley Moss is out, but so is Cedric Tillman. So kind of an interesting thing to balance out here. But Levi Wallace being out there on the field for us makes me nervous. It really does. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a
Kind of like the Browns here, but
yeah, especially if he. I don't want to take McMillan out of the slot.
I think the Broncos are a better team. I just like Cleveland on the money, like to cover the 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is gonna be really close.
I think it's gonna be a really good Monday night game. This is an intriguing matchup. You know,
this is
It
a good
is. With
Nick
just
Chubb
how the Browns.
kind of healthier now.
Yeah,
You know, that offense from the Browns can kind of get rolling.
they need Lutz to get at least 5 fantasy points. For
Yeah,
for me.
I think so.
He can kick
Oh
a few
yeah,
for you.
he's
I
gonna,
think
he's
he
gonna
can
kick
do
a
that.
few field goals.
I'm
The
saying
Browns defense
Miles
is bad now.
Garrett has seemed kind of
Yeah,
like
or revitalization.
that's what
a
scares me
danger.
the most because that guy is
Yeah.
just an absolute gang wrecker. It screwed the Steelers. Like he was blowing up
He's
everything.
he throws a wrench into the system of whatever you want to do offensively.
Max Crosby, we found a way to kind of take him out of the equation later in the game, but he was the reason a lot of those drives in the first half stalled out in the red zone. He didn't sack the quarterback, but he was blowing up
He's
all of
getting
those screen
pressures.
plays,
Yeah.
all those runs. I mean, he was just
That's a good point, Mark.
a terror around there. So
I think the guy, dude.
I
Broncos
do think we
need
can
to
still
give the ball to Audric Estime
yeah.
15 times and weaken the middle of that Browns defensive line where they're the weakest and most vulnerable.
Yeah, but they don't have great.
Even if you don't only get 2-3
great
yards,
linebackers.
whatever, you keep freaking pounding it, dude.
Mhm.
I think this is one of those games that you have to do that.
It's definitely got me nervous because I'm like the Browns kind of have some life in them.
Going to
Not a-
Monday Night Football.
Not
dude,
a ton to
is-
play for, but like I mean,
Have fun.
it's
Dress warm, dude.
primetime television.
warm.
Like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Dress warm,
It's
brother.
gonna be a chilly night.
It's gonna be a chilly one up there, especially if you're in the upper deck where you got the metal on your feet.
it's actually,
Wear the thicker socks, brother.
it's gonna be. I'm nervous. Well, let's keep it. We're gonna go back to Sunday's games. Gonna keep it in the AFC North here. The Bengals lost to the Steelers. Guys, is their season effectively over?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Yeah.
I think they
4-8.
can play spoiler, but that's another dangerous team. Like
The Broncos
to play
have
to play spoiler, I think that's a favorable matchup now for the Broncos. Just because now Cincy is just sort of and that game's in Denver too. I don't know. I think
Guys, Russell Wilson's
I think
first 400-yard passing game since like 2018.
yeah, I've seen that they played.
He went off, dude.
That was a good game
He
by
was actually
by
good.
Pittsburgh. They kind of controlled that game. I think that kind of went like unnoticed, man. Like, I know, I mean, Burrow was doing his thing in Cincinnati. Kind of looked like they were the better team, and then Pittsburgh just like took over. It was a wild and weird game. Yeah, Pittsburgh won 44-38. Joe Burrow just basically just like on a hope and a prayer, living on his right arm, just slicing and dicing, dude.
They scored 38 points and lost, man.
Yeah.
They scored
For
38
the fourth time this season.
He had
they scored.
309 yards and 3 touchdowns, and they also had a rushing touchdown and lost.
They gave up 3 turnovers. One of those turned into a touchdown for the Steelers. TJ Watt forcing a fumble in the red zone too.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
took
Najee
away
Harris
points
had a
from
good
them.
game, 75 yards and a touch. You know, George Pickens is finally revitalized. You know,
Kind of
the
like
guy who I really thought was going to,
Big
pop
game
off
for,
to Russell Wilson, the quarterback, was Freiermuth.
yeah, I think one of his best games of the season.
I mean, he's been live in the passing game for fantasy. You know, you guys are fantasy guys. Like, I've been doing my fantasy team stinks, so I haven't been talking about it much. But I think Freiermuth has been like his like fantasy value is revitalized with Russell Wilson
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
compared to with Justin Fields back there.
Wilson likes his tight ends. That's for sure. Yeah, Cincinnati, man, racing a season by Joe Burrow. I'm just gonna his season stats real quick, just because it's like an MVP type season, really.
Let's hear it.
And I mean,
It kind of is, man.
the guy's throwing for 3,300 yards, 30
And there's 6
touchdowns,
games left.
30 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions.
If they were
And there's 6 games left.
8-4, it's Joe Burrow MVP.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I would agree. 8-4, any kind of winning record like that.
You're getting Joe
I think
Burrow
Lamar.
from the
I think Lamar and Josh Allen would still be in the conversation. I think Saquon would probably get pushed out because of how Burrow's playing. So
Yeah.
it's just
They
like,
love giving it to the quarterbacks.
yeah, they do.
They didn't even want to give it to Tyreek last year. Messed up. Or CMC.
If there was a guy that you could have given it to non-quarterback last year,
Burrow's even got the
Yeah,
rushing
CMC.
touchdown this season.
It was CMC.
he did win Offensive Player of the Year. If it's any consolation.
I guess. Yeah, that's probably what
No,
McCaffrey's going to win.
no pickup truck though.
I gotta say, man, this Steelers defense, even though they gave up a lot of points in this game, the way they can almost generate offense for this team is huge for them. Dude, and also the Steelers scoring 40 points. When was the last time that happened? I think they said 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, Bengals. You're giving up like the first time in years. Russell Wilson's thrown for 400 yards. First time in years the Steelers have scored 40 plus points.
You want to
Yeah.
hear something weird? I'm sorry. I'm
Go
seeing
for it.
this. Bo Nix is just the second rookie quarterback since 1970 with a 3-game stretch of 8+ passing touchdowns and 0 interceptions. The other quarterback is, drum roll please, Dak Prescott.
Whoa.
Weird.
What?
Just weird.
This is the last guy I expected on that list.
Just weird.
I don't know. Dak had a good rookie season.
Dak's rookie year, he was slicing and dicing with Amari Cooper over there.
Yeah, yeah, like that. That was kind of a stacked team, and then he was
Just
like
kinda
that sort
popped
of,
up on my
surprise. So, Bengals, they're out. Steelers,
Yeah, they're
huge win for them to get the 9-3, and then the Ravens lost, so they're just
they're kind of cruising in the division now.
cushy lead.
I
That
think
game,
they're up like two full games in that
Yeah.
division.
that game against Baltimore in Baltimore is
Probably gonna
might be for the division. I
might
think
be.
right there.
Yeah, Steelers would probably need to drop one.
Right. Ravens do have a pretty tough schedule as well. Let's go over to that Philly Ravens game, anyways. What?
Saquon Barkley, dude.
Yeah,
Saquon
Baltimore
Barkley.
got up to a 9-0 lead. Dude, Justin Tucker has been just terrible.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Their
what
losses
happened
this year
there?
total 22 points. Justin Tucker's misses on field goals and extra points, 22 points.
Was
Holy
losses.
crap.
He's pretty much cost them most of their losses.
Yeah.
It's unprecedented. I mean, this game, 2 of 4 on his field goals, and he missed an extra point.
Yeah,
Like, dude,
yeah.
that's 7 points. That's
all
a
these
touchdown,
vets
right?
always have a year, man, where you just have a tough. You just gotta work through it. You lived with the makes.
Yeah.
You gotta live with the misses now, man.
There-
And you gotta.
There have been some veteran guys that are just really
Missing a lot of
having
kicks.
some tough seasons.
If you guys have watched him, man, I saw it on that, like his missed field goal. I think it was in the third quarter. He missed basically a chip shot. It was like 42 for him, dude. His like approach to the ball. These kickers, like, you're taking like 1-2 steps and you're firing it off. He did like a 1-2-3 and then like a shuffle with like his feet, and then he's coming through the ball and he's like just pushing the ball. He's not like shanking it. He's just like pushing it too far to the right.
Do you think
And I
Is
think
this
his
like
like
a-
leg swing.
a case of the yips, man?
I think so, man. It looks awkward when he's
He
approaching
just
the
seems
football.
like he can't. He's not doing it the way he used to. Like it's
Right.
Like he just all of a sudden he's forgotten how to kick the football.
He's launching the
Yeah.
ball. Like they're like, oh, he's still
Plenty of
nuking.
power,
nuking the
no
football.
accuracy.
He's just pushing it, and like when you push the football, I know when I played, like coaches, stay through the football. That's what they always used to say. Stay through the football. I don't think like his leg swing is like the exact same as it used to be. You see him just pushing this football instead of just staying through it where it's because like usually his ball is like pure. Once it goes straight, it's staying straight.
Yeah.
You see his ball now, it starts straight, and you just see it like start hooking off. Like
Hooks off.
yeah,
It's never like left. It's always right.
it's always that's
It's
why he's
never-
pushing it.
never
That's what I
going
mean.
Left.
Yeah.
I didn't really think about that until like just
His
now.
leg swing, man. Watch him when he approaches. He's taking these kickers, 1-2 steps, balls out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like your plank foot,
I've
ball's
been
gone.
noticing that too, Jim. I'm like,
it doesn't even look right.
It doesn't look like the Justin Tucker I'm used to seeing.
That's why I
I'm like,
think you just gotta pump the brakes. You gotta just
yeah.
he's gonna figure it out. They're gonna
Back to
watch
the line.
film. Or because now it's the point where it's like, okay, now I know. Okay, there's a clear there's a clear problem.
Yeah.
Where it's not just, oh, I missed a few kicks. I went like 75 consecutive games without missing a freaking extra point. Okay, now you got to give me a break.
Two
You know what
weeks
I mean?
in a row is when your team is going to work together with you.
Yeah.
You're just going to figure
it out.
Because
Yeah.
they're not
I-
letting him go. There's no chance.
They gave him a contract too.
Yeah.
He's like the highest paid kicker in football.
I do feel bad for
There's
Lamar,
no
man.
chance.
He played really well this
He
game.
did.
237 on the ground or on the air, 2 touchdowns. He ran for another 79.
Tucker did make a 50-yarder.
He did, but you look at this. I mean, the Ravens
Not
end
good
up losing by 5.
Yeah, and he
You
missed
take all the points Tucker missed. That's
6.
7.
Yeah.
So that should
Yeah,
have been a
7.
2-point victory here for the Ravens. Derrick Henry he didn't do a whole lot. I mean, 89 yards, but it wasn't like a usual Derrick Henry game. All of a sudden, hey, this like top-rated Ravens run defense disappeared. It's like a complete 180 where they were really good against the pass when they've been terrible against it all year, and then they were bad against the run, which they've been great against all year. Saquon, Saquon is having an MVP type season.
To me, he's the MVP, man.
Yeah. And
You take him off Philly, bro.
everyone that's watching, drop
lose
your
a lot of
MVP picks. For me, it's Saquon, then it's Lamar, and then it's Josh Allen. Josh Allen's been really good, but you look at like Lamar, where he is just
I just don't think he's going to get 3 MVPs in a row.
yeah, I know. And Allen's been great too. Lamar's like tied with Burrow. He's like second. Burrow passed him this week, but he's now second in the league for passing yards. 29 touchdowns, which is also second in the league. Only 3 interceptions. Those 3 interceptions, I mean, we've all seen the video circulating online. Like, can we really put any of those INTs on Lamar?
His fault.
You know? And then you look at what he's also done on the ground. He's also ran for almost 700 yards and 3 touchdowns that way. So, like, hey, 4,000 scrimmage yards, 32 touchdowns. He hasn't.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
He
good.
does have a number of fumbles. He's fumbled it 7 times, only lost it 3 though. And like some of those fumbles were, bad snaps, and it's like,
Yeah.
And like
we're just saying Saquon and Bo Nix.
I like that, yeah.
MVP.
Bo Nix for MVP, I like that. That's good. I like that a lot, Serena.
Shout out to our number 1 fan.
Well,
I would love to see Saquon get it though, just because the
Something
year
different.
after leaving that garbage organization,
Yeah, dude.
and then you go and win a top award.
I mean, you put another back here in Philly, would they still be having a decent season? Yeah, I mean, sure. We saw a guy like Miles Sanders. He had good years behind this Philly O-line. So did DeAndre Swift, but
Yeah.
then you put a guy like Saquon behind it, and oh my God,
Just a
Yeah,
different
it's a
level.
whole different animal.
Saquon's looking a little
Swift.
like shady.
Yeah.
God damn it!
I mean,
Watch out,
you-
NFC.
like you said,
It's scary.
You take Saquon off this Eagles team, are they 10-2? Because how many games have they just got behind his legs and they're like,
Yeah.
Saquon,
Yeah.
wear him down.
Yeah.
And then like a
And
game
you're
where-
playing with a lead, a
Right.
team that
A
blew a
game-
lot of leads last year.
a
He
game where
single-handedly beat the Saints this year.
a game
If they
where
don't have Saquon, the Saints win.
they're in a dogfight, and then this guy he just rips off like a 70-yard touchdown.
Boom.
All of a sudden, that game's completely flipped. Eagles are in control. All of a sudden, now our defense gets to pin it to his back, rush the passer, give it to my man Jared Goff, best team in the league. All right, I see you, Kyle.
You're crapping on the Saints, crapping on the Packers, man. This guy, you become number 1 enemy of the podcast. We got number 1 fan, Sabrina. You're the number 1 enemy.
Number 1,
Number
Kyle.
1 off.
Yeah, he's definitely
Kyle.
not. That's for sure. And Jared Goff stinks. He's just playing on it.
Well,
He's just super lucky right now. They are the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFC.
guys. You know who we always hate on every week, and we haven't gone to this week? Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
What is happening?
See, he's just fallen from obscurity. We almost forgot that he stinks. He's worse than
I
freaking.
got a great stat
Oh, my.
Did they? Okay.
He was 75-0 in games where he led a home game more than 14 points. He was 75-0 at home.
Until today.
75-1.
Gave up
70
nine-
Seattle
They
Seahawks.
gave up 19 unanswered to lose this game. Mike McDonald's an absolute madman with these defensive schemes.
Yeah.
I watched a little film breakdown on what happened here. You got the Jets in the red zone, at least 3 points guaranteed. they're going for, they could make a 24-7, 28-7 game. Boy, it's getting real late early for the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
On this play, Mike McDonald, he's got 6 guys lined up on the line. So he's showing, cover 0 look where it's going to be like an all-out blitz, a lot of pressure coming. And so Rodgers, in his mind, is like, all right, I got Garrett Wilson. He's kind of running this slant while I got my other 2 receivers. They're sort of just running deep, clear-out routes to give me space there. So he's like, all right, I got pressure coming. Fire it real quickly to Wilson. Probably pick up the first, dodge the pressure. Actually, what happens is only 3 guys come. It's a zone blitz. Or and then the D tackles drop back into those middle zones right there.
Yeah.
And he throws it right to Leonard Williams, who houses it.
And who used to play for? Drum roll, please. The New
New
York
York
Jets.
They NFL on Fox did like a whole 15-minute segment on Leonard Williams. And
Did they?
Interviewed him. They were like,
Nice.
"You're coming
Yeah.
back to New York."
Yeah.
I think it was his first time back.
Yeah, it
But
is.
Came out. They did a whole 15-minute segment.
They gave
on
him a
and
bag
he
there
had
in Seattle, too.
game.
They gave him a bag.
Just watching what the Seahawks have done the
And he has
past
a
couple of
pick
weeks.
6 A-Rod. Fat man touchdown. Can't wait to watch it in top plays.
I'm kind of seeing their defense these past 3 weeks. They've really played a lot better. Got them going again. I like Seattle to win the West now. They have a tough stretch coming up. I'll give them that. But Mike McDonald, man, he's
He's still
just
got
a
the
bad
Rams,
man.
man. The Rams are still that team to me.
That's fair.
They
That is
can
fair.
make a run, dude.
And see that.
They can just make a run.
I think the Seahawks, they'll take care of the Cardinals, and then it'll be, can they sneak out of this next, can they eke out a win in these next 2 stretches of the Packers and Vikings? If they can do that, probably. But I think if they drop both of those, the Rams catch them. But
Sorry,
Yeah.
Seahawks. We almost had him. Almost had
them. I mean, the Rams have Buffalo next week, so that definitely helps
What a
Seattle.
schedule for them, dude.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And then if we could, we'll go to the Rams just to kind of highlight their schedule as well. Another reason why I do kind of like the Seahawks, who now have that 1-game lead. Buffalo coming up for LA. Then they do have the Niners, who could be healthy. It's a Thursday night game. They might want to, beat their rival. And then they got the Jets. That's probably a win. But then 2 division games against the Cardinals and the Seahawks. So a tough stretch here, especially if you're 6 and 7. Just 3 division games to close it out. I don't care how bad your teams in your division are. It's like those can always be trap games for you. NFC West, man, it's going to be nuts. Just to close out before we go on break and head to their top plays. Let's go to Sunday Night Football here just for a second. Beautiful, classic Buffalo game.
What a freaking game, man.
Blizzard, man. The fans are down there clearing out the field before kickoff. Josh Allen, he certainly helped his MVP case there. Guy's been fantastic. We'll look at his.
I think he
stats, too.
probably gets it, man.
It's just he's been really good, but then you look at I just gave you Burrow and Lamar with their stats where Allen only 2,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So he's protecting the ball. 334 on the ground and 6 touchdowns there. Only 1 fumble that he didn't lose. So less turnovers, but in terms of offensive production, it's certainly not as much. And then I'll just go back to Saquon. I didn't give off what Saquon's at, but Saquon most carries in the league, 1,500 rushing yards. That leads the league. 11 rushing touchdowns. Look at what he's doing receiving. No big deal. Just 29 receptions, 267 yards and 2 touchdowns there. So he's got 13 total TDs.
Yeah, there it is right there to
And
win
about
MVP.
1,700 total yards. almost
Sportsbook
1,800.
review. Josh Allen minus 208. Saquon Barkley plus 500.
Yeah. It's almost like a flip of last year where it's I guess Allen's team looks better, but in terms of who's producing more as an offensive engine, it's Lamar Jackson.
How's
Saquon
Patrick
Barkley.
Mahomes even on here?
That's
just from people.
My boy
saying,
Jordan Love
you know,
plus 8,000. Let's go. Goes
That's
on a run.
nuts.
We need a run.
well. I also think San Francisco's season's probably that was
it's tough.
the nail in the
It's
coffin.
Barbecue
there, man.
chicken. Yeah, they can play spoiler, and that's
See-
a dangerous team to play spoiler.
Yeah, C-Max done for the year. That was I don't know.
Oh, devastating, boys.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah,
I don't know
so
if you
bad
saw
for
the slow mo. They
I did. I seen
then
it.
go-
Eddie's calf.
Oh
freaking
my God.
exploded.
the
That
way
was disgusting.
And like his
Oh.
knee just like, and then it, yeah,
dude, the way his entire leg it like wobbled like jelly.
yeah,
His calf
Oh,
muscle. You
yeah.
can
Moment of
watch it
silence
just
for
blow up.
moment of silence, boys, for CMC.
Oh yeah,
it will be missed. Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was
Yeah, that was
Colorado native.
Yeah.
Shout out to
shout out
Valor.
Valor.
Valor legend, man. Yeah, I hope he can come back, man, because he's one of the most electrifying
premier.
players to watch.
He's premier.
And, like we honestly, we got robbed of him. Not
Kind of
being
weird.
healthy.
In a cult, I think he's in one of those super alt right Christian cult groups where they do the
That
blood
sounds
paint
like-
on the forehead. And
Sounds like Colorado.
I heard some stories from some players on a podcast that went to his wedding that left halfway through because they thought there was going to be a goat sacrifice during that.
Oh wow,
So,
interesting.
but we'll see. I mean, hey, hey, these dudes,
That's like
these
what's
white
that?
boy football players are different, dude.
Kyle Filipowski from the Jazz. They said the rumors were coming out after he got drafted that his girlfriend was hiding him away from his family and forcing him into Mormonism. He just got drafted by the Utah Jazz too, so everybody was really believing it.
Interesting, man.
You don't know what's going on with these guys.
Yeah, it's I mean, when your boy doesn't even show up to the wedding, Kittle,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Okay.
Kittle was the
hard.
most personable guy.
Fri-
You just
friendliest,
put him in any
fun-loving
situation,
guy.
none of the
he's chill.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
it would take a lot to make George Kittle uncomfortable.
yeah.
Like it's got to be really weird.
What are you doing over there, CMC? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Secret's out on you, bud.
We're gonna be up in there like Alex Jones in Bohemian Grove,
Oh yeah,
figuring out what's going on with these players' lives.
no kid.
Man, the Bills in this game did exactly what you need to do. 220 on the ground. James Cook
Played pretty good.
ripped off that
What
long
a
one.
guy!
Played pretty good.
Coming
Defense
back
was
from the
swarming.
injury.
Yeah,
I do think the Bills are gonna have in playoffs, dude. If you don't have any wide receivers, dude, that can get off press, man. I know it was a snow game. I know they beat the Niners.
I still want to see
I
Amari
just don't
Cooper
know what
really.
they have long term, man.
Amari Cooper really hasn't been healthy for Buffalo. Like the one game where he was healthy, didn't know the playbook, and then the next game where you feel like okay,
Yeah,
he's really
he's
fully back from injury. It's a blizzard,
Yeah. Dud game.
nobody can get
Footing.
going,
Yeah.
and it's like Buffalo's like, well, we're not trying to throw the ball a ton.
It's
Allen
gonna
will
be
wait for it.
interesting to see where you have them on your power rankings on Wednesday.
We'll see. They're still going to be pretty high up there. That defense is playing really
I want to
well.
know where if Green Bay's moved up or not. I mean,
They're definitely going to be in the top 5. Don't you worry, Jim. I
I
think
don't
so.
know if I would even have them in the top 5.
At the very least, after the way the Vikings played, they're definitely jumping the Vikings.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have
Vikings
that.
I'll take
almost
that.
Lost that.
They did, man, and I was hoping Kyler Murray. That game was extremely frustrating. I could say a lot of things right now, but I'm afraid still.
Dude,
to
how,
call
Minnesota
Joel and kick me off the air. as we
Minnesota
speak.
had the lead.
I was
for-
pissed that game, dude. That was the only game
So
all
long.
weekend where my girlfriend was like, "You're not like this, on football. You guys watch football with me, dude. I'm pretty chill, just because I don't have anything football is all just for fun me because I've
Yeah.
already seen everything it could possibly happen, good and bad for my team. I just don't really give a crap. That game, I was like, because I need Minnesota to lose, man. I need them to drop a game before we play them again so we can take over. You know what I mean? I'd rather be the 5th seed. I don't want to be a 6th seed. I want to have one home playoff game at least. You know,
You want to be the 5th seed because you get
I want to be the 5th seed.
probably whoever wins the NFC South, and that's
Yeah, that's true. And we would be
Go
on.
ahead.
And
it'd
it'd
either be a banged up Buccaneers team.
Actually,
or
now that I think about that,
Falcons.
dude, I don't want to play it. If it's the
Would you-
Bucs, dude, I
Would
don't
you
wanna
rather
play it.
get whoever wins the West?
I'd rather play whoever wins the West, dude.
Okay, interesting.
For sure.
Because I think
None of those
whoever
teams
wins
scare me.
whoever wins the North is up there.
Dude,
for
if
either
the Bucs
2 or
have
the
Mike
1
Evans
seed.
healthy and we don't have Jair Alexander, Baker Mayfield winning to Green Bay last year. and cracked us up, gave us 400 yards and 5 touchdowns.
I do remember that.
And
Okay,
gave us a 50 burger. He's on the front. That dude plays that is a guy that scares you because he doesn't give a crap.
exactly.
He's gonna chuck it and duck it, hell or high water.
So if Seattle wins it, and you got to go to Seattle, how are you feeling about that?
Oh, easy. Yeah,
If
easy.
LA wins it, you got to go play Matthew Stafford.
We're
Cooper
undefe-
Kupp, and Puka
Matt
Nacua.
LaFleur's undefeated there. I'm okay with it.
Okay, all right. So you want the West?
I want the West, dude. I want the West. But I mean, again, it's going to shake itself out because I
Unless
think
it's
the winner of
Atlanta,
the
yeah.
West is going to finish with a better record than the South. So I think, if you're the 6th seed, then you are going on the road in the South, and that's not going to be good. I'd rather go on the road in the West if I'm the 6th seed. If I'm home, I'm definitely playing. If I'm a 5th seed, I'd way rather play the West. Bring those dome teams or California teams out to Lambeau in January. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. And Tampa Bay plays like a cold weather team with running Baker Mayfield, wide receivers, defense.
Did Bucky Irvin sick?
Sick.
Now, why were they not using this guy more often early in the year?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Injuries. I know their offensive line's been banged up too.
Once Rashad
They're
White
getting,
was
they're getting
down,
healthy.
they were really like, okay,
Yeah, let's play him. Yeah, we got a guy here.
Because his spot's
That's
taken
another-
at this point.
Shorter running back that just has a
Just a
dog
ball.
in him.
Just a ball. Kyron Williams.
That guy just wants it.
Kyron Williams is my size. But
Yeah, the Rams have to have like the shortest running back room in the league. They got Kyron Williams,
Blake Corum.
and then like what's the other guy? Like something Rivers.
Oh yeah.
Like he's also like 5'8". Like I mean, they're just little dudes out there running over people, running through people.
And those running backs got going against the freaking Saints because, of course, we can't stop the run. Literally, you guys watched the whole first half. They didn't even give the ball to Kyron Williams.
No.
It was Blake Corum in
Yeah.
like his first starts coming out and just cooking us.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure until like the Rams.
I was surprised to see that too, man, because I was like, oh, here we go.
Like, oh,
I know
that sounds
Kyron
fun.
Williams scored a touchdown, but
It was like
it was him. early.
late into the second, and Matt Stafford was like 3 of 9 for 21 passing yards too. Like,
It was
Corum
another one of those
Corum had
freaking
6
you're
carries
watching
for 42 yards.
Freaking
That's
Saints
crazy.
games turned into watching a baseball
Ba-
game.
it's
Yeah.
like 3-0 at halftime.
3-0.
184 yards on 24 passes. That's not that good.
No,
Alvin
like we
Kamara
actually
had
kind of
112.
helped. Kind of
Alvin Kamara had 112, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like,
You guys-
nothing.
Was Kool-Aid on what's his name, Cooper Kupp? Because Kupp got locked up.
No, Kool-Aid was on Puka.
Oh well, I mean Puka didn't even have that crazy of a game either. He caught like a touchdown off of a
Yeah,
screen
screen
pass,
pass,
but
yeah. Dude,
5 catches for
my
56.
boys, Marquez Valdez Scantling knows he's probably out of the league if he doesn't catch on with the Saints. Catching touchdowns in back-to-back weeks, buddy.
I'll take it. I'll take it from him. He's our guy with all the injuries in the receiving core.
And he's fast and
We
he's
need
big.
somebody to just throw the ball
Yeah.
to. Shahid's gone. Olave is not coming back this season. I don't know
No.
how many. Dude got 3 concussions in a month. He'll
Yeah.
come back. Probably not even next year.
You got to sit him.
Like he's gonna get sat. We just need somebody to throw the ball to, and maybe the other guys will get open if we just throw it to MVS every single play. And it's like the last play of the game was a strip sack to lose it. Mason Tipton just got open too. The safety in the back of the end zone on Tipton started slipping. He was falling on his face. Mason Tipton's wide open. Here's Derek Carr cocking it back to deliver this game-tying touchdown pass, strip sack. Way to go,
Brutal,
Saints, man. I was watching us. I was like, we haven't put together a game-winning drive in freaking 6 years. Holy crap!
That's crazy,
This is
dude.
new, guys. This is new for us. The quarterback doesn't have 9 on his jersey. You're just seeing a huge difference in what's happening on the field. It's like, give Drew Brees this offense at freaking 45, dude. We're Saints are legit still.
Like the Rams didn't have any sacks, and outside of Jared
Yeah.
Verse, nobody got any pressure. Like
Yeah.
Verse got 3 QB
It's
hits.
kind of a boring regular game, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
We got super lucky.
It was
There
like
A lot of bad plays, just
Neither
dead
team
plays
wanted
where
to win this game.
nobody, yeah.
the strip sack scoop and score got called back on
Yeah.
the Saints' first possession.
Yeah,
I was like, well, we're gonna get destroyed, and then they called it back and we kicked the field goal.
I
and
seen
was like,
that.
well, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a baseball game.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's going to be a baseball game until the fourth quarter.
Hey, if this was a baseball game, it would have been thrilling. 21-14, like a home run derby baseball game.
That's true.
Unfortunately, it was a football game, though. Unfortunately, yeah. Well, what do you think, Caveman? Do the Saints still have playoff hopes, or
No, they're dead.
If the Buccaneers lost, I would have said yes, but no.
Yeah, they're
The
dead.
Buccaneers won.
I think
Yeah,
Tampa
they're
takes
good.
that division, man?
Yeah,
I
Tampa
think
takes
so,
it.
man. I picked them on our thing.
I did
Saints
too.
are gonna
yeah.
I
finish
picked them on
second.
our thing.
Saints are going to finish second because I just feel that the
There's
Falcons are that
some
bad.
problems in Atlanta.
I
Yeah,
think the Falcons are that bad.
that team is falling apart.
Yeah, right now the Saints are 13th in the NFC.
If we won that game too, we've been right on the
Right there,
outside
dude.
looking into the playoffs.
You've been right there. If
We
you
would've
were to ran
passed
the
the
tables,
Bears.
you could have gone
We
10 to
passed the
7.
Rams.
Yeah,
You
you
would have fucking passed everybody.
you technically still are past the Bears. The Bears are ranked 14th in the NFC.
Perfect. That's all we need.
And then it's the Panthers, and then it's the Giants. So I'm not your bottom 4 in the conference,
Yeah,
but you're 2 games away, literally, from being like a playoff team. That's how it. That's the NFL for you. You know, 1 or 2 games, man. The either way for some of these bottom, and it's a completely different season. You know, but dude, at this point, if I'm the Saints, dude, 4-8, I'm taking for a pick. I'm sorry, I know like the coach is there, all that. You still have an opportunity to get a top 10 pick.
We won 2 in a row with the interim coach
You know,
and our boy Clint. So I think at this point we might as well. Like they played to keep their job. They won
Yeah.
enough games to keep their job. Maybe not Rizzy. I don't know how the rest of the front office feels about like interim special teams coach being a head coach after a year. Like I don't know where they're
I
at.
think
with him.
he still should be on the team. Maybe
He
just
still
go
should
back
be.
to being the special teams
Yeah.
coach or whatever.
He should still be on the coaching staff no matter what.
Yeah.
If it's not a head coaching job.
yeah.
Honestly, I
Saints
think we
got
can
Giants,
tank for a
Commanders,
pick.
Packers, Raiders.
Still.
Bucks. That's a tough run, dude.
Yeah.
That's a tough run with the Commanders, Packers, and Bucks.
That's a tough last.
You know,
game.
the Raiders are going to
That's
play
a-
Raiders got nothing to lose.
All right,
There'll
boys.
be some no
Derek
name
Carr
guys in there that
has a
are
chance.
playing for whatever.
Derek Carr has a chance to lose to every single NFL team if we lose to the Raiders.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of rooting for the Raiders.
I'm kind of rooting for.
I kind of
I
want to see
kind of
him.
want to see that. I mean, why not?
I
Let's
kind of want to see him break
make
that
some
record.
history, Derek. Come
Come
on,
on,
do it for the boys.
Do it.
All
Do
right.
it. Yeah,
It's
we
getting
find
late into it. We got a lot of top
A
plays
lot
to
of
get
top
into,
plays.
so we're gonna just jump right into it.
First one here. How did he tip it to himself, Caveman?
Doesn't
That's
even
a
look like he
sweet
caught the
play.
ball. Looks like a magic trick.
That's a good play. And Texas Tech blew out West Virginia to end
Beat
that
the
year.
snot out of them.
The snot at him. Ashton Genty, absolute dog. Probably not going to win the Heisman, but absolute stud. Could make the conference or the college football playoff with a conference championship win. I mean, you
On
can
the way
let
that
that guy gets downhill, man.
The
He
way-
hits the hole.
the way he takes contact to it doesn't even phase him.
So
I
fun
mean,
to
That
watch.
guy's gonna be great.
He just bounces.
If he goes to the
off
right team,
contact.
and if the Kansas City Chiefs if he falls in the first round, and the Kansas City Chiefs are able to draft this guy, I'm gonna throw my phone into oncoming traffic.
I'm gonna throw up. I
HG, yeah.
Because you know they're gonna start running some triple option crap with this guy and Xavier Worthy.
I may just stop watching football.
I don't believe you when you say that.
The HG's
Look.
retirement sports broadcast.
Yeah,
We're
Be
hey,
over
we're
before-
looking for a new host at intern at Till the Final Whistle.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man, it'll-
K State
It'll be
reinforces some tackling drills. We'll find out what this is about. This looks interesting. Oh yeah, there we go.
They teach tackling over there.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
State Square. Beautiful.
Ooh,
Beautiful. That was
that was
beautiful.
beautiful.
I like it.
Jets, take
Love
notes.
to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no kidding, dude.
that's how you
My
tackle
gosh.
right there. Love, dude. The sound of the pads popping on that one. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we're big
K
fans.
State
of Kansas.
ultimately ended up losing from the
Fundamental football team, Kansas State. They did lose this Saturday too. Shot their hopes at Big 12 championship.
I had like a choke at
Yeah,
over in the red zone.
it's
and
bad.
That pretty much
It was
Sealed it.
bad.
sealed it up. Yeah.
Bad ending.
Next. Oh, that's a touchdown.
Wow. Looking great throw. Even better catch.
That's
That was good.
Texas got a good tandem of backs back there with
Yeah.
Blue and Weisner.
Yeah,
Those guys are solid.
they recruit him, man. They recruit him.
I mean, you look at Bijan, Jonathan Brooks were pretty highly sought after draft picks. I think
Yeah,
those guys will still be. Those guys will definitely have some high draft stock. Either of them seniors, I think they both are still good to go for.
I think they're going to be in next year.
Yeah, I think so.
Speaking of running backs, my guy, he's going to be back next year. Sophomore, Jeremiah Love. A full speed hurdle, dude. This kid is a freak. He leads the college, Division I with the most 45-yard rushing touchdowns in single season NCAA history. No big deal with 8 now, dude.
He's cooking.
With 8 now, dude, over 45 yards.
I love watching this guy.
Aston Genty's right there with 6. Jeremiah Love with 8. Insane.
You give this guy a hole. I mean, the way he just can
One cut.
split
It's home run speed. And this is
Makes-
my guy, man. He
makes these other
He's
guys
making
look
the
regular out there.
Irish fan base proud. Watch this. Yeah, I mean, dog, dude.
Yeah.
Dog. And
I
that
go
new
so
Kendrick
hard
album?
with that new Kendrick.
Fire.
Oh yeah,
I was listening to that all weekend.
that's so good, bro.
Didn't leave and lose a step.
I mean, it's a little off topic here, but you know that Wicked movie came out, and all the musical fans were like, "Oh, we're gonna get to have the #1 movie in the world, the #1 album in the world at the same time." And then Kendrick was
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
Nope.
sorry.
"Actually,
Yeah. I'm
Let me-
going to win every Grammy next year.
let me throw my
And
hat
I'm
in
going
the
to call
ring.
out Jay-Z and the
Yeah.
whole thing. And it's
Let me-
going to be interesting.
Let me just drop a hit album that's gonna, take over the charts, a couple months before I go do the Super Bowl. No big deal.
No big deal. Fake reverse to win in 2 overtimes,
Oh,
baby.
here it is.
This was
is
the
Marshall.
play. This was awesome, yeah. Oh, yeah, Philly special touchdown. Good call by that announcer. That was great. You're playing a rival. Because James Madison wanted to play. Like they go to Division I FBS and they got screwed last year because they had to hold out a year. They're looking to make a run. They're a good team, good record. You got to throw the kitchen sink at him, Marshall. That's what they do. A little reverse
Exactly.
Philly special, dude,
Yeah.
for the winner, man. That's awesome. Good for Marshall, dude. Shout out Marshall. Big hit on Will Howard. Michigan just no fear playing their little sister now.
Oh,
You win 4 in a row. You're not little brother. You're little sister.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Oh yeah, yeah. Eat it. Oh yeah. I like it.
Yeah, you're not getting that first down here, son.
I think he knocked off one of the little Buckeye
Yeah.
stickers on his helmet.
Bro lost the sticker on that one.
I know number 7 from Michigan just got drafted
Yeah.
off of that. I don't know where he's going. Don't know who he's going to. Some
Yeah.
NFL
He
GM
had
and
a
scout
pick
said,
that game too.
can't teach that.
Yeah, the interception
Can't teach
in
it.
that game too.
Well, you think about that. He doesn't come
Oh,
in.
he did have that interception in the 4th quarter.
If he doesn't make that hit too, Howard
running
can
up.
probably get that first
First down.
Like even though he's getting tackled from
Stuck
behind,
him.
he can stick that ball out something.
And stuck him in his trap, dude.
Yeah.
Ran into a
Good
wall
point.
instead.
That was on 3rd down, so instead of a 3rd down conversion, it's now 4th down. I forgot what the highest they did after that, but I believe they punted because Ryan Day doesn't have
he has no
the
juice.
balls. So,
No
go for
chance. OU stopped this. Let's check this one out. A Convoy. Nice.
Didn't even get touched.
Probably the
Well-
only top player that we've shown from LSU's abysmal season, Brian Kelly,
Yeah.
stinks. And
I
They're
love
deciding
the
to wear-
block in there.
yeah,
Uh,
when you always got like a lead out, like, yeah,
Oh,
that's the best.
No.
putting some guys on their butts. And beautiful vision there on their return. Found the lane. I love watching a good kick return. So next play out here, Jimmy.
Interception of the year candidate, boys. Oh. Sorry, that was my bad. Jimmy covers, does not cover. That was Brock Bowers making a great catch against the Kansas City Chiefs.
And that guy, he's sick.
He's
I
sick.
tell you, he's gonna be the
Going to
best
be
tight
one
end
of the best
in the
tight
league.
end in the league, and I do not blame you for thinking that. This is the interception of the year candidate. Nice. Look what I found.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Vandy,
Dude.
Tennessee. That was a dogfight until the
Bro.
fourth quarter, and then Tennessee just was able to.
Bro landed on his stomach there, though. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Flipped around to catch it.
the awareness, the IQ to be like, oh, that ball's still alive. Like,
Yeah.
flip around, where is it? Oh, I got
That's
it.
great.
Look what I found.
And they needed it because if he caught that touchdown,
Yeah.
that's a 3-point game going in the fourth quarter.
I mean, that was already like a
Yeah.
fantastic pass.
Tennessee's
defense 'cause
season's on the brink of.
receiver got his both hands on the ball. So first
Yeah.
of all, he raked one hand, raked through the ball, got it out of there, and then great instincts to flip around and catch that hit.
Yeah, Arch Manning, dude, this is the guy. This is the guy.
He's gonna probably win the
Yeah.
Heisman before he goes to the NFL.
This is the guy. Next year, Texas could be their national championship run.
I like it.
Just
I
gotta
think I
say
can
now.
see it.
You know, I mean, you're going to have this kid coming back, and he's seen it already. He's played against Georgia. He's played against the top teams in the country. He's scoring touchdowns with his leg, throwing deep balls for bombs. You're going to have a running game there. We've already shown that. You know,
Is Isaiah Bond gonna still be there, or is he?
I'm not sure. We're going to have to look
He's
into
gonna be
it.
in the draft.
But Arch Manning takes off for the touchdown. Check this out. Arch Manning, shout out. The way that he like reached the ball out too was like
Yeah.
clutch when you see it from the side. Going out. Yeah. Touchdown. Good play by Arch. Who would have thought the Manning family would have put out somebody with some mobile ability
Right.
there?
I know.
Like
The
a Manning
Manning family,
quarterback. That's
They're
a
all
threat
just
with his
statues
legs.
right there. I mean, but that's Cooper's kid.
Yeah.
Cooper Manning
He was the basketball player.
and also wide receiver,
Yeah.
white boy wide
Wide
receiver
receiver.
before Cooper Cup was even alive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, put that into perspective. Like, Cooper Cup wasn't alive when Cooper Manning was dominating at Ole Miss. You know, so Arch Manning with some athleticism, with the arm strength and the mental capacity that the Manning family has shown, tough, deciding to sit there and then to come back, not hit the transfer portal, stay loyal to the boys, and come and sit behind Ewers, and then when his number's called, I got you, boys. No drop off at all.
Yeah.
That's how you
Yeah,
set
there's no
yourself
drop
up for a
off.
national
I was big
championship.
too because that game was like a stalemate up until that point. And he finally broke it.
Put it away.
And then after that, yeah, Texas really never had to worry. After that,
And then you have that, and then Texas's defense with fourth down stops in the red zone.
huge player.
I mean, absolute, huge play.
I-
this
like-
game again.
The Texas A&M, before you rolled this good, they ran into a brick wall here, and this was just the final, the final
Nail
attempt
on the
that they knocked themselves out. Like Texas had an incredible stand here. This won them the game. I'm gonna just say this won them the game.
Hey, they got 3 yards of penetration.
What?
Look at that guy. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, you gotta boot that.
And you got that guy, the guy that made the tackle, came screaming in off the
side.
edge.
And then your nose tackle playing like a 4-down gets 3 yards of
Right.
penetration up the middle, so you're not running it up the middle.
Like,
You
imagine
know,
it,
that made the running back stop in his
Right.
tracks, and the guy collapsing down, easy tackle.
because that guy, he was unblocked, but like in that situation, like you're trying to get the push up front, like he's gonna just miss the back because you should have plenty of push up front, be able to get into the end zone. But all that penetration there by the front, by the nose tackle, just getting in the backfield. Now that back has to stop, and he has to be like, "Oh crap, where do I bounce this to?" You don't have time to think though when you got this guy crashing down off the edge.
My
Like
guy,
we were saying, that Texas defensive front, something fierce. Can they win the line of scrimmage against that Georgia O line? It's going to be the question. Of the SEC
yes, it is, man. It's
championship.
gonna be a great game. Can't
I'm
wait.
stoked. I'm stoked. I can't wait.
Fun fact before I play this one: Jaden Reed and Tucker Kraft are the only 2 players with 6 touchdowns or more receiving in the NFL. No team has 2 guys like that with 6 touchdowns or more receiving touchdowns. The Green Bay Packers, Tucker Kraft, Jaden Reed. Everybody's live in this offense. This game, this Thursday night game, the Turkey Day game against the Miami Dolphins, Jaden Reed showed up. Caught 2 touchdowns. I could bet on somebody scored multiple touchdowns. It's just they just say multiple on BetMGM. 88-1. Boys, cash. I'm an idiot. I only put $2.50 on it.
Oh,
But still, it was like
That's something.
I got something. It was like $50. But
Still some spending money.
if I put my typical unit size bet is $10. I put $10 on 88-1, boys. We're eating at Sizzler for a week. Let's go.
Nice.
But Jaden Reed, insane catch. Let's check this out. Just a dime. On the run. He's a fantasy
Dude.
stud. If you have him on your fantasy team, I mean, with anybody else like top tier, you probably got a good fantasy offense.
Love having the floodgates coming after him. I mean, that was a stampede, dude.
On the run, a flick. Where have we seen that before? Haven't seen it since. But Aaron Rodgers used to do that. Now, not so much.
Boy.
Not so much.
Not so
Now he's a lead blocker. Now he's a lead
Yeah.
blocker.
this is a great.
Now he's a lead block. He used to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Lost his superpowers. Went to the voodoo witch doctor. Stayed in the darkness too long. Aaron Rodgers merely adopted the darkness. He was not born in the
I
darkness.
think the darkness
And
consumed
the
him.
darkness has consumed him because now he's just a lead blocker. Yeah, he gets freaking launched right into his own guy.
Yeah.
He can't be upset about that. You decided to do it.
Yeah, well,
I gotta say, I think
Trash.
respect for him. Dude's almost 41 years old, and he's getting out there trying to throw a block for his back. Not very successfully, but you know what? It was just enough for his guy to pick up the first down.
Well, he better lead block because he's throwing pick sixes to fat guys. We have a fat man touchdown.
Big boy team.
We have a fat man dance. Leonard Williams, who do you used to play for, Mercury?
The New York Jets.
Man, dude. Off the deflection. Look how fast this guy's running. And he's running away from people. Number 99 running the full length of the field at 4.4 speed. That is a big dude running very, very
I love
fast.
to
And
see
that was the beginning of the end for the Jets. After that, 19 unanswered points just wiped them out.
That's crazy, man.
We got a
I thought you
cop.
were gonna say Leonard Williams played for the Chicago White Sox.
Oh, that's a good one, Kyle. That's a good one, buddy.
Man,
Not this time, brother. Not this time.
Jimmy, he can always find the guy that's
Oh,
for the
dude,
White Sox.
yeah, you know, if
He
Leonard
does.
Williams is like, if you had like a brother that got like draft, I guarantee if Leonard Williams has a brother who like plays baseball, I guarantee he'd probably play for the Chicago.
We got to play a little fun game with Jimmy where it's just like Like it's like this thing, and then he has to like connect it back to the Chicago White Sox.
Oh, dude, there's so
I
many.
mean,
though.
dude, it could even be like
Seven World Series players on both teams played for the Chicago White Sox within the last 2 years.
Dude, I bet you we could even like we give you enough time. We can like be like Toyo the Camry, connect that back to the Chicago White Sox. You'd find the
Somehow we'll get it.
It would.
You would.
There's something there. Speaking of Cam Taylor Britt, big hit by this guy. This is a good one. Yeah, that was a good hit.
Bro. Oh.
About the
I
only defense they played that game.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
pick six too.
Cam Taylor, Britt, and that's it.
That's
Britt with the pick six and then that hit. I always love when you see the guy come off his feet off the tackle.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That
Calvin
game
Austin.
too. Calvin Austin took a beating that game from the Steelers. He had a pretty big day receiving, but dude, anytime he caught the ball, they let him know
Man,
who you're
lighting
playing.
him up.
The Steelers let him know who they were playing, or the Bengals let him know. Because the hardest hits of that game were on our boy,
Yeah.
dude, Calvin Austin.
And Cam Taylor Britt, he got robbed of a PI against Kansas City Chiefs too.
Such a bad call, man.
That was just
Screwed.
But it's okay. Cooper DeJean also with another big hit, boys. Big
Derrick
hits about
Henry.
made
of all
Henry
people.
look normal, man. Check this out. We're pro big hits here until the final whistle. I like it. I like it.
What a
Stayed
tackle.
square, didn't try to attack a leg. Went face mask to chest, man. Hit him right in the strike zone, dude. That's what you're looking for.
Exactly what you gotta do.
I like how you put it in here, K man. Cooper DeJean back to the back. That's what it was, dude.
Just go.
That was like
Nice
a day
form
one
tackle.
nice form tackle, dude.
That's all you need.
Didn't try to hit him high. Didn't try to hit. Squared him right up in the middle of his chest. That's what you got to do.
Oh, dude, like I think Derrick Henry might weigh more than Cooper DeJean, and he picked him up and drove him into the ground.
When you have a form tackle, you're able to do that.
Yep.
And he doesn't have a lot of momentum, because he stopped to catch the ball.
Yeah.
It was right there.
That's why form is so important because Henry's bigger than DeJean, but like DeJean took away all of Henry's like power and leverage and gave it all to him. Like Henry's bigger, but the way DeJean tackled him gave DeJean all the power on that play.
We got I already did that one. I was going to accidentally play Jay. Another crazy catch, Adam Thielen. Going back to
This guy's like 48
He's-
years old. He's
yeah.
just balling out
balling out,
on
dude.
Carolina.
Great catch. Really set them up to win that game. Unfortunately, weren't able to.
Yeah,
But let's
Chuba
check
Hubbard's
this out.
soul.
Yes, Chuba Hubbard, man. Tough.
What a catch.
That was elite, dude.
What a catch.
Ex-Minnesota Viking. They got rid of him because he's too old. I mean, obviously they had JJ and some other guys, but it's like, man, dude, and he goes there. I know he battled like a knee injury last year.
I think
It's
he
some
was,
leg
he
problems.
missed a lot of time this year.
It's a
He was
lot of
on
time.
IR for like 8 weeks.
He was, and now he comes in with these gloves though, dude. Like, have you ever
Yeah.
seen like some of these gloves that these guys wear?
Yeah, I mean they are crazy.
I mean, and plus they have like the little spray that you see them on the sideline spraying their gloves. It's like, man,
Let's also not act like teams weren't using Stickum. though.
Oh
That
no,
was-
for sure. No, they were. Yeah,
You know.
absolutely, yeah.
So I'm all for it. Like,
Oh, me too. Yeah,
why not? Like,
yeah.
I want to like give them
Yeah.
a little stickier hands. Let's see what they can pull in.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
mean,
stick 'em thing makes
It doesn't.
sense,
It's
but
not the only
rub it
factor
out. Yeah.
going into the
they didn't have the
catch, you know?
technology. They didn't have the technology back
That
in
was
the
just
'70s
before.
to have
Those
Yeah,
four
it's-
gloves are even like
a
a
thing.
big thing.
Let's see, what's our next play
Jaden
here?
Daniels battling for probably Rookie of the Year. This was a big game and a step in the right direction for an offense that I think was struggling in the last
They
few
needed
weeks.
this win,
They
too.
really needed this win. They win big in this game. And Jaden Daniels with an elite play. Let's watch this.
Dude, Daniels just made this defensive lineman give his linebacker a behind the back hug.
Yeah.
Pro athlete just been doing
Stuff
that.
them in the jukebox.
Yeah. Nifty moves with like not a lot of space to operate, honestly.
I want to check this out. Like this punt. How did he down this punt? Let's watch this. Oh, and that's right. That's right. I think it's down. He's down. He was down at the one.
That's
Yeah,
as
that
close
was
as
a-
you can get.
That was
That
as
was
close
close.
as you, literally as
I
close
mean,
as
you
you
could
could get.
like a credit card of space. That's about how much room there was
Ne-
there.
next few top plays, we got some great touchdown passes from quarterbacks to their targets. Let's check out. I really needed Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. to knock off the Vikings for me. They did not, but they did connect for a touchdown pass. Tough hands by Marvin. That was good hands by Marvin Harrison with the DB raking over the top.
What a catch.
Yeah.
Good throw by Murray. Too.
This team, this duo we've been watching for the last few years connect on some great touchdown passes and touchdown catches. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. This connection has been elite since college, winning a national championship. Let's watch this. They're still doing it, boys. I mean, a jump pass laser beam. I mean, Joe Burrow, like, Caveman, you said it, like, if this team's 8-4, whatever, I mean, like, how is
MVP favorite.
I would think
Yeah,
so.
he's MVP favorite.
It's probably not even.
I just
Debate.
can't, like your quarterback's doing stuff like that, and you're 4-8.
I did watch this one, man. Did you guys see this Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews touchdown?
Yeah.
Mark
this one-
Andrews just goes up and
Climbs
losses.
a ladder,
He just ripped it out of like 3 defenders. Let's watch this, guys.
being bigger and stronger.
And Lamar pointed like, "Hey, I'm gonna give it up to you,"
Yeah.
and he threw a rocket over his head,
That's
man. Comes down with it.
that's just putting the cookie jar on the top shelf.
That is,
Kids
dude.
can't get it.
Yeah, that's it, dude.
Just put it up there.
I like it.
Well, Mark Andrews' shaky start to the season. He's kind of come alive though, man. Has been a big part of that Ravens offense. Saved my tight end position on one of my fantasy football teams. I should have started him this week over DJ Hawkinson. I don't know what I was doing, but
It's tough. That's
Well,
okay.
I digress. Let's get to our
We
next
mentioned
top
it.
play.
We mentioned it earlier with the fumble by Chuba Hubbard. This is it right here. The Bucks force a fumble to win it in overtime. Just
They were
raked
already
at
in
it.
field goal range. They were horrible in the red zone too. That's
They were.
honestly why they lost. They can score.
It's just a young player.
Yeah.
Unfortunate play. You lose the game.
He doesn't
They gave him a
fumble
bag
often,
too. He
too.
doesn't, man. And he just got a bag too. So you're like, all right, but
I don't
fortunately
remember
they lost
the
that
name. I don't
one.
know what his name is, but 98. It was a really impressive play.
That was a good
Ball,
play
too.
to rake at it. Yeah. To get him
Gotta be careful, man. These defenders, they're just so good at punching these balls down now.
Yeah.
Like even if you have it one hand tucked into your chest securely, you can still get it. So it's always something you gotta keep in mind.
We got another play from this Bengals game that we just watched. Let's check that. Let's check this out. We got a celebration here. I like it.
I just
Vintage
love that
Russell
they're in.
Wilson too, kind of like
Oh yeah.
escaping
Oh,
pressure,
crazy.
throwing on the run.
I just love
Impressive.
the Fryermuth fans live on. Anytime he catches the ball, it doesn't matter what stadium. You hear that all through the stadium. It's awesome.
Mike Evans, dude, the elite wide receiver. Let's check this play out from the Carolina Panthers game. Yeah, I don't want to play that in the playoffs.
Wow. I mean, it's like,
I
what
don't
are you
wanna
gonna
play that
do?
guy.
Because the Bucks are running the ball really well. It's like you have to leave Mike Evans one on one because they're in the goal line set with a single wide receiver out. That's advantage Mike Evans every time. Like I don't care who's out there. Like you just put that up high enough, he's gonna win
He's
that
gonna get
battle. I mean, it's just he's made a career of just abusing any DB that
Yeah.
lines up out there.
Yeah,
with him
that's.
like that.
I don't want to play that guy in the playoffs. I'm good.
The throw's good. He's probably
I'm
gonna
good.
catch it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely.
That's it.
Lamar Jackson MVP. You know, he's just a dog, dude. Like watch. This was crazy. He just like front kicked him in the face. They did rule when he stretched that ball out. They did rule that a first down.
Oh,
I
So
gotta
he
say,
did get that first down there.
Antonio Brown's sitting somewhere watching that play, smiling.
He full speed front kicks him in the
Yes.
face.
Shout out CT.
From one MVP. Shout out CT ESPN, dude. I love it when he does that, man. From one MVP to another, boys. I think Josh Allen made his MVP case last night in the snow against the San Francisco 49ers. I know they're injured. I know they're down. But
Hey,
Josh Allen,
You're playing a team down on their luck, and you should dominate them.
and
Bills
it is.
did what they did.
That's
Just
it.
dominated them.
This is Josh Allen's MVP case. Let's see it. Shout out Josh Allen. That's the top play of the day for Monday Football Sports Frenzy. Josh Allen, only the fourth player in NFL history to throw a touchdown pass and receive a touchdown pass on the same play, baby. That was cool. I like that a lot.
All right, well,
We do have one more where we turn a one possession game into three. I wanted to show on that Josh Allen to segue from one MVP to another. I thought that sounded good. But let's check out this last top play we had for you here. That's the guy, man. I want Xavier Watts so bad. Yeah, Xavier Watts going to be a top draft pick out of Notre Dame. He's a senior or a redshirt junior, but he came back this year to come back and play. He's an absolute dog. He got first round graded last year, so I'm assuming with his 7 interceptions this year, that's only going to skyrocket. Christian Gray on that first interception, longest interception for a touchdown by a freshman in Notre Dame history.
Oh,
Shout out
go.
Christian Gray, dude. I read that late last night, right before I went to bed, and I slept pretty good. Bears lost, Packers win. You know,
And the Irish.
and the Irish,
Got it done.
you know, in the college football playoff, man. I mean, what more could your boy want? You know,
all right, guys. Before we head out, I'm gonna just highlight a couple of matchups in the NFL to watch next week. We got a few division games between some not so great teams, but they're division games nonetheless. One that always can be interesting there. Browns, Steelers, Jaguars, Titans, and Jets, Dolphins are all going on. So a couple division games there. But then we have some huge ones
biggest
with
one.
playoff implications. Thursday night, Packers, Lions.
we'll
Massive
talk about
game
that
here.
on Wednesday.
We'll get into that on Wednesday. We've
My
also
boys, man, we need it.
That's a big
we've
matchup.
also got
It's a
Cardinals,
huge game.
Seahawks, Arizona, chance at redemption at home. Can they get it done against Seattle?
My
And
dad's
then-
such an idiot.
We got the Chargers and Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Gonna be an insane game.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
My
some
dad.
huge division matchups. Games with playoff implications that are also going down. We do have the Falcons and the 49ers, or the Falcons and the Vikings playing next week.
Oh man, the
Big
Kirk Cousins
game.
Bowl.
Sorry, Jimmy. I don't
Kirk-
know if the Falcons are going to get
Kirk-
revenge.
Kirk
And
Cousins
then, as we
Bowl,
mentioned,
man.
Bills and Rams. A couple of 6-6 teams playing 10-2 teams. The 6-6 teams desperately need these wins. Can they get it done? All right, Jim, you're saying your dad?
My dad just
Goofing
texted
off.
me. I just came to the conclusion that Aaron Rodgers is the Rudy Giuliani of the NFL. That's
That's insane.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that clip
All
of the
right.
day to end the show.
Yeah, that-
Well, on
Thank
that note, I think we're gonna sign off
We're
on
gonna sign
HG. We got
Great
Caveman
Monday show,
to
boys.
my right.
Great Monday show,
Jimmy
boys.
on
A
the
lot of
sound.
fun.
you. I made it. The germ over here made it. Next time I'm
You
sick,
rallied,
dude,
brother.
I'm doing the show from the cave or something
Oh.
back home.
Yeah, you're
All
fine.
right.
I'm
through.
freaking.
I'll jump on camera. You can run sound. All that, much more. We'll see you Wednesday, boys. Till the final whistle.
We'll be back.
Military Broadcast Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we
Should
want to
be.
remind
Since
you
we all
of
got
the
laptops,
podcast of today's episode.
we can just join in the StreamYard like I
Oh,
did.
we could.
And
Yeah, we could
if
definitely do it.
anyone needs to stay home, we can do it like that.
I'd be down for that.
Listen again. Be sure to check it out. Remember, we're here.
Because I was like, fuck, I hope I'm good so I don't get anyone sick.
Your
Yeah.
stories and experiences matter.
I was knocked out for fucking the whole day. Shit.
To share.
Fucking got what?
That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us, giving our veterans a voice.
Download recordings. Recording. Bathroom. Take a picture.
How are you?
I survived at age. Damn.
What's up?
Survived.
Survived.
Yep.
You did?
Yep.
That's good. Are you heading out now?
Yeah, I'm gonna start heading home. Just in
Okay.
case.
All right.
Pretty girls. Hi guys.
I love your hair.
I know everyone does. Thank you. This is my signature read.
Oh, okay. V's not here yet, huh?
No.
Yeah. No. My God, it's like just does not want to pay for parking. Like we normally when we do Broncos games, there's this park you can park out. Like if you just get off the exit before Mile High, you park there. You park in this little park. You walk a mile down this trail. and
They told me that they made
to
the
the
whole plan.
stadium. Oh, it's right there.
We just gotta find
But
it.
that's fine today, because
We just gotta find
you
it.
know this is the night game. we're
This
gonna-
might be it. I
Yeah,
don't
we're gonna
know.
it's gonna be like 10 o'clock. Club, you know, or
All
like
right.
9, 10 o'clock when we come heading down. It's a terribly lit path. It's super
Well, I
dark.
thought they
There's
were.
barely any street lights or lighting there. In downtown.
So they're just like, oh, yeah, we're not going to tell you.
Like,
what's
I
gonna
don't like-
switch.
like best
Sorry,
case
dude.
scenario,
Oh, dude, it's all
we
right.
just get somewhere.
I just don't want to go through all the subs. And,
You know, beer that's junky. That's just like
And Rat fucking,
hassle. and
Rat
stuff.
fucking like an MRE.
I'm like, that just, yeah, I'm like, that just seems like a prime place to get like jumped.
Maybe this.
Yeah, mud or something. It's like also, there's nobody really parks down there. Like, everything like walking
pretty
back,
thin.
even like for an afternoon thing, it's still like around 5 o'clock. There's people that are still out there like late night, you know, bike riding or afternoon run, whatever they're working
Brother, I
out.
told him.
After work, like, it's like,
man.
everyone's gonna be
No,
back.
not really.
No one's gonna get any other camp.
Definitely not.
It's just gonna be the two of us walking down Starkly, just like dimly lit path, barely any lights, plenty of shadows for people to hide in.
kind of thing, too.
I think we just suck it up and pay for parking at the Owl. I'd rather just get out, you know,
That's not horrible.
60, 70 bucks instead of like, you know, my phone's wallet.
Why don't you just take the train?
It's just cold.
Dude, the
I hate
train's
the
like
train.
where it's at.
They don't ever run enough trains for when there's a game. Like it's still just the normal train schedule. Like I've had instances where I've waited like 2 hours
Oh,
for,
really?
for a train before I like you're able. Because like even when your line comes, like there's so many people. Like if you're not at the front, like it just fills up too quickly, and then you're just
Nothing.
Besides, like right by the skate park down there.
Yeah.
When I was like 15 years old,
One more.
my friends were down there skating, and we see something.
Well, I told them the ham, so I doubt
I
that's
really
it.
going to fucking look at it. This fucking dude hung himself on the Flat River Bridge, and the dude's body was just there for like however long until people like called the cops. We were like 15 years old, walked up to the bridge, and we're like, that's a fucking guy. That guy. We were like Logan Paul. We were like Logan Paul.
Just keep on this company going.
That's
We were fucking.
that's right.
Like that whole area. I'm like,
Yeah.
even Denver Skate Park, there's people that live
So
there.
they make me a
I see
fucking
people
train
at
one. I'm
P
not
Park every
gonna
day
do it.
because they live there.
Daylight or dusk. Like even dusk. I'm not allowed
Well,
to
they
go
made you a plan
to
one
the
last
about
time.
it
Yeah, 1 out of fucking 7 isn't.
at
You know,
night. No,
Huh?
like,
1 out of
that's-
7 isn't.
That's way too sketchy. Like, it just seems like a perfect place